It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a record need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, we're out here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale, and here's what we got today. This isn't off-season noise anymore. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals situation is getting public. Monty says communication's good. Reports say they haven't talked. Then comes the bomb. Kyler's camp wants a release, not a trade, a release. We're going to get into that. We got Howard Balzer a little bit later in the show. We're going to pivot into Jack Hughes as well this hour. Rick Horrow will stop by. NIL lawsuits, NBA tanking, Arizona basketball. They made a statement for Baylor over just a couple days ago. We'll go inside the program with Ryan Hansen. Got Roc's Man Vice, Sports Shuffle. Got some other stuff that you may have missed during the week. Find out the Cardinals finished 31st in the NFLPA survey.
Again?
Yes. After last place finished last year, so they're up a rank.
They've improved. They have one.
But we're going to get into all that, but let's get right into it. This is not a rumor anymore. This offseason this isn't offseason smoke, I should say. This is a breakup, and it's getting public. The relationship between Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals is cracking in real time, and now the stories don't line up. Let's walk through it. At the Combine, General Manager Monty Ossenforth says this.
Yeah, I've always had a good dialogue with Kyler, and I'd say it wasn't up to what Kyler wanted. It wasn't up to what any of us wanted as a season as a whole. And so when you had the kind of year that we had, there's a lot of room for improvement. And so we got to find a way to do that, not only at that position, at all positions, but that's what we're all focused on, is getting better and moving forward.
So I've always had good dialogue with Kyler. All the options are on the table. He was calm. He was measured. He was professional. Then ESPN's Josh Weinfuss, who's on the program earlier this week, reports a source saying the two sides haven't been in communication since the season ended. So there's a contradiction. Either you're talking or you're not. And now the biggest bomb, Fox Sports reports that Kyler's camp wants a release. Not a trade, a release. Why? Because they believe he'd be the top quarterback on an open market. That's confidence, or is it leverage? Meanwhile, you have sources saying that the Cardinals are frustrated. They're frustrated with his work ethic. The questions you're getting about that, the leadership concerns, and whether he's still the same athlete after that ACL and his foot issues. But one source basically came out and said, his mobility is shot. And if that's true, if he can't consistently do what he does with his legs, then you got to ask yourself, is he good enough to be a pure pocket passer? Manuch will answer that in a moment. That's the football question. But here's the business reality, the way I look at it. If the Cardinals trade him, all right, it's a manageable dead cap. If they release him, holy you-know-what. And if he's still on the roster on March 15th, $19.5 million becomes fully guaranteed for 2027. So the clock is ticking. So I asked you boys, is this a leverage play or not?
I think right now, the only thing that's been given permission to go seek a trade was Richardson with the Colts.
Anthony Richardson.
That happened this morning.
Yep.
So he looked like, for all intents and purposes, he wasn't going to be the guy. So they said, hey, look, go find yourself a free agent. We'll release you, all the above. For the Murray camp, look, you're still under contract, number one. Number two, I think the Cardinals will try to take this up until the 15th to try to work out a trade. I think that's the one thing, because they want to try to get something of value. Because, as you mentioned, it'll be a lot of heartburn if they out release him. So I think that they're going to go
$500 million,
but $50 million.
$50 million.
Yeah, they need $50 million.
That's a lot. Basically, it feels like that's what they lost over 7 years.
So right now, I understand what they're saying. It sounds like, look, we haven't had any communication with you since probably the Dallas game where they put him on IR. It sounds like Monty Ossenforth, he said, we've had good conversation. He should have said in the past. And so if there's no communication, it's blatantly obvious to all of us that Kyler Murray, they're either seeking to trade him or don't want him to be the starter. I think right now leverage is still with the Cardinals. And then if they get close enough to where it's a week out, they can't get the second or third round pick, whatever they want. And I'm just speculating, folks. They can't get what they want. Then at that time, they may let him go. No, they may say you can go out there on your own maybe a week ahead of time. So right now, the leverage is still with the Cardinals. But, guys, this is just another black eye for this Arizona Cardinals organization, the way everything has been handled from the get-go.
How do the Cardinals have the leverage here?
Well, they've got a contract.
I was just going to say,
There's no way they have the leverage.
Well, no,
They're screwed.
Well, no, hold on. Well, but they still, under the CBA, Rock, they still they have him under contract.
Yeah,
They've got
their fault.
Yeah, I understand that. But they can still.
It's like buying a car, and you get this lease payment, and you can't turn it in until the 3-year lease is up. You're screwed.
Yeah,
but you initially signed that deal.
Again, as long as he's under contract, he's got 2 years left. They're going to try to seek as many options as they can. So if they say, well, okay, we're going to release you, all of a sudden becomes the top free agent that's out there, maybe, I don't know if it's Willis, whoever it is. But the Cardinals are going to run this till the nth degree, whether they get somebody or not. But
How does that give them the leverage?
because they still control his, they control him.
He's got the leverage.
No, he's still if he under contract or not.
Yeah, but we all know what's the worst that can happen. He gets released. He still gets paid.
Or
he's totally
he's in command.
absolutely.
Or they decide to
He's
keep him.
forcing their hand.
Yes.
Okay.
And here's the deal. The way that I view it, he has 3 options. Like Manuch just talked about, they could release him. 2, they could trade him. Or 3, they keep him.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the only 3 options that are on the table right now. And Kyler Murray is in control.
So 2 out of the 3 are controlled by who? The Cardinals.
No, they're not.
None of them are.
He's under contract.
Yeah, so what?
What does that mean?
They could keep him.
Nothing.
Okay, but
Or they
we all
release him.
know quietly they don't want him.
Yeah.
They made that clear last year. We saw it. We saw it with our own
Oh,
eyes.
it's very obvious.
So how do you think they have the
Because
leverage?
they're going to hold on to him until the last minute.
Because they have no choice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Because they signed the stupid extension.
exactly. Hey guys, I agree with everything you're saying.
Okay, but then
Two out of
you
3.
agree with what we're saying.
He has
then Moon walked back and said,
Murray-
"You're right, guys.
no.
The Cardinals don't have the leverage."
The only thing is the Cardinals. He's under contract.
Doesn't mean anything.
They can keep him.
I don't know why you think that benefits them.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, they might say, you know what, we can't get a trade partner, and we're
Okay.
not going to
You
eat.
got to release them.
We're not going to eat $22 million.
But either way, any scenario they lose,
They do.
there is no way they win here.
On all
The
3.
only way they
all-
could win,
Hey, look.
one way they win, they keep him and he performs against the playoffs.
Yep.
Okay.
And we all know, as armchair GMs,
Yep.
that's not
hey,
happening.
I'm
That's
on.
the only thing they have.
I'm on page with the performance thing, but he can't just go and say, "Hey, Michael, we want to get let go." Michael Bill was going, "Wait a second, no, we want to try to trade you,
You're
or
gonna
you know what, we might decide to keep you."
come on.
So that's called leverage, guys.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe at Mesa High, where you went to school, but no, it's
Cliff
not.
Talk.
It's Cliff Talk, same thing. It's one of those things where Manuch, this guy has all the leverage in every single way. If they say, "Hey, we're not going to trade you, we're not going to release you," what do you think he's going to do? He's going to mope around and he's going to be a disruptor. He's going to be like some of these guys we see playing for the Eagles and some of these other guys. He's going to be like one of the divas. He's going to be a distraction and a pain in the ass. You're not going to put him in the locker room.
I understand, but technically, legally, why? He's still under contract.
Legally, you should only drive 55 in the one-on-one.
I know, but I'm just, I think all of us would love to say, hey, let him go. Hey, release him. Do whatever you got. Trade him. Whatever. I think we all agree. But the Cardinals aren't going to do a damn thing until they've got a trade partner.
Because they have no leverage.
They have no leverage.
They do have.
And everybody knows, everybody in the NFL knows you want to unload him. If they're going to cut a deal, they're going to get nothing. They'll get a 6th or 7th round pick.
Okay.
That's nothing
And
in comparison.
if they find a trade partner, it's up to them. Unless they say, like they did with Richardson, let's say, hey, you can go try to find your deal. If you can't find it, then we'll release you. Same kind of thing. That's happened many times.
So Kyler has all of the leverage because, A, you're going to try to trade
You
him.
can ask for a
B,
trade and you don't trade.
You can release me and
Come
I
on,
can go
dude.
sign
But
with
Look in the mirror here,
No,
dude.
no, 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 no.
I'm stuck.
Guys, I've seen this many times. Trust me. I
Like
know
we
it's-
haven't. We've been doing it as long as you have.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know how you're seeing it differently than we are. This is black and white. He controls. He is forcing their hand to do those options that you're talking
but
about.
he doesn't. But they don't have to do what he wants.
Okay,
They have to.
what's the alternative?
They keep him.
They keep him and do what with him?
That's what I
You
keep
still got to pay him, so you lose.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're paying for a product that you're not using.
Okay, so you lose in 2 of those 3 situations. All right, but
Wait a
they
minute.
still they
You lose in
control.
all 3.
Hey,
Where did they win?
the only way they win is if they get any kind of a trade value for him. That's the only
Well,
thing.
they're not going to get it.
Well, they may not. So at that point, they'll give up leverage and say, you know what, Tyler, you go do your thing. Go
Who's
have
giving up the leverage?
If they decide that he go, if they still control him. Hey, here's the thing. If they say you can go try to find a trade partner, he's still in the contract. Yeah, so it doesn't mean he doesn't release him.
Okay.
What? Release him.
Kirk Cousins was under contract, and they kept him, and they paid him, and then he ended up playing pretty well. Now they're going to release him.
They've
So-
renegotiated. They've already said they're
They're
releasing.
releasing him. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So Kyler Murray has 3 things that can happen, and I'll repeat
Okay,
them
and
again.
I don't know for you, tell me who's got the
3
control.
things.
He
Kyler
does.
Murray's in total control
How?
here.
He's getting paid under his contract.
Yes, he is.
That's where he wins.
That's where he wins.
Number 2, what's number
Cardinals
2?
are paying
If they trade
Okay,
him,
so he wins that,
he
right?
wins.
So he wins that, right?
Right.
Let's just go through this real
Yeah.
quick. I know we're getting to break.
Okay.
Your 3 things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's break them
Fine.
down.
Yep.
You're saying, number 1, he's under contract.
Yep.
So he wins.
He
He's
wins.
getting paid.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to play. He doesn't have to
Yeah.
do anything. He wins.
Who's
So
got
he has the leverage
Who's
there.
got control? Cardinals. They're paying
He's
him.
got
He's
so he's
got
getting a
control. He
paycheck for
gets
doing
paid.
nothing.
Give me
He's
number
getting
2.
paid.
Give me number 2.
Number
Now,
2.
Number 2, if it needs
It's
they find
released.
a trade, well, let's do the trade first.
Okay.
Okay. But then if they do the trade, he's still getting paid.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
who's going to do the trade though? The Cardinals. They'll do the trade, right?
Okay.
That's two.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Trade.
does Kyler Murray get paid either way? He goes.
If he gets traded,
Oh,
sure.
excuse me, he's not getting traded to the NFL. He wins.
He wins.
The
Yeah.
player wins.
If he gets released.
He wants out of here. By the way,
Yeah.
he wants out of here.
Yeah.
So if he gets traded,
I know that, but
Okay.
he doesn't have control until he's released from traded guys. Oh, he has no control.
dude, I'm sorry.
I know-
I love you, but
I know.
you are not understanding.
No,
that.
I get it. I understand. Everybody
No,
would
you
love
don't.
to release. Hey,
So number 3 is he gets released.
He gets released.
okay.
Who wins that one?
Kyler
wins.
does.
Because he wants to be
But
released.
the Cardinals,
They lose. They don't want to release him because they lose all that money.
They got to pay him the money.
but the Cardinals release him. He doesn't release himself. They're going to release him on their own.
Well,
hand.
wait.
Hey,
It's
so
the
are-
man-
are-
it's the
I think your thing is it's like who makes the phone call first. That's the guy who has the control,
And
that has the leverage. At the end of the day, Kyler wins an L3. He does.
But until that time, they have his rights and they have control. Cardinals have leverage
Oh.
as of now.
Manuch, I love you like a brother, but man,
Hey,
man.
I've seen this many times, guys.
What do you see?
Until
There
somebody,
has never been a situation this bad where they've paid some guy $236 million, $300, whatever the number is, and any scenario that goes down, the club loses.
they did that with
Because they should have got rid of him last year when there were teams that needed quarterbacks.
Correct.
And they didn't see it. Monty, I'm sorry, it's not the best GM.
I
mean,
agree with that.
that he should have moved with the head coach.
Hey, I would agree with that. The Cardinals have been a rock in a hard place.
Yes.
But they
Yeah,
still
no leverage.
they still have the control of what they can do with him. He can't just say, "Hey, Cardinals, I'm out of here. I'm gone."
You don't think so? When in sports haven't you heard of a player dictating the next move?
Okay, but until that team releases him,
Go Bird.
or cuts
Go
him,
Bird.
until that,
And see, that's a real team. We're not talking about the damn Cardinals. At least the Eagles know what they're doing. They got a good GM.
until they out and out release him, then he not have any leverage at all. You're under contract. You can't do a damn thing.
All I know is he came out and says, I want to release.
Yeah.
He's got some pretty good
got
he,
leverage right
he
now.
can say all he wants.
Yep, and
got
if
leverage.
people are listening, we're talking about it. It's national news. All right, speaking of national news, when Olympic gold comes home, you feel it. Wait until you hear how Jack Hughes was welcomed back last night by the New Jersey Devil fans. Pretty cool stuff. We'll have that for you next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. From Good East, Scottsdale.
There's nothing like it. The rush when the band plays, the roar when the Sun Devils take the court, the energy that shakes the building and pulls you to your feet. This is Sun Devil men's basketball, where every night brings the sound of something electric. something unpredictable, something you have to feel to believe. From the first tip to the final buzzer, Sun Devil Hoops is where passion lives. Be a part of it. Bring the noise, and let's light up Desert Financial Arena together. Get your seats now at sundeviltickets.com.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views. Phoenix, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it the right way. Victory Plumbing Arizona. It's particular plumbing for particular people, with upfront pricing before the work starts, so there's no surprises when the job's done. And here's a deal just for listeners. Tell them you heard Victory Plumbing on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and they'll waive the service charge. For leaks, clogs, water heaters, or anything plumbing, book today at victoryplumbingarizona.com. ROC number 268603.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Hey, it's Gambo, and I'm here with Stuart Willis, the president of Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax. Stuart, I got a great tax guy. He does a good job for me every year, but I'm always keeping 5 years of records from behind. He never looks forward and has a plan for me going forward. But when you work with you and Asset Preservation, you guys have a tax plan for the future.
Absolutely. Look, most people think that their tax plan is when they file taxes, but that really is just looking backwards. You must look forward. Tax planning is about how you can save taxes in years to come. If you don't have a financial plan that includes a tax plan, I think you're missing out.
And most financial advisors do not have a tax plan for you going forward, which is why I recommend you make the phone call right now and get a free portfolio review with the same guy I work with, Stuart Willis from Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax. Call 602-877-PLAN or go online at assetpreservationwealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered to Foundations Investment Advisors LLC and SEC registered investment advisor.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are living at Twin Peaks, Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer, served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, thanks to Michelob Ultra and Bud Light. We're out here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale every Thursday from 1 to 4. And get ready for the Mania, which will be hitting here pretty soon. And this is cool. After winning the gold, Team USA, Jack Hughes returned to Newark last night, and the Devils fans let him feel it. They were bringing him out on the intro. So you're going to hear the intro, and then we have 2 clips. And you'll just hear the building just go crazy in a great introduction. And then Hughes actually addressed the fans, but we'll get to that, the fans right after this.
He had 7 points in 6 games and scored the golden goal in overtime that secured the United States its first men's hockey goal. Medal since 1980. Devils fans, let's hear it for number 86, Jack Hughes.
Awesome. How about that? You got to like it. The franchise guy comes home as an Olympic champion. That's some real energy. And now here's the best part. Before the puck dropped, Hughes grabs the mic and speaks directly to the crowd at the Roc.
I'm so proud and I'm so happy that the men's and women's USA hockey teams brought gold medals back to the United States of America. And you guys are making me emotional, but I'm so proud to represent the New Jersey Devils organization. And I'm so proud to represent the great state of New Jersey. So proud. From the bottom of my heart, all my teammates, USA teammates, we just want to thank you guys for all the love and the support. We feel it. Thank you.
It's great. No politics, no drama, just appreciation. This is how a star connects with a city. This is why this kid is just an absolute stud. So were his two brothers, and good stuff. I mean, it's great to see hockey back last night. There was a lot more people tuned in than normal.
He also, they were playing the Buffalo Sabres. Tag Thompson was a USA player as well. He went over before he spoke and brought Thompson out on the ice with him so he could be cheered as well. Great, Jim.
You watch it, you just kind of go, how much you miss having a team in town, right?
Oh, yeah.
You watch the whole thing, and even if you're there a casual fan or a big fan, the Yotes were such a big part of this town for 95, 96, and you just kind of go, damn. And when it's front and center like that, you go, if it was just here, and we were there for the 2010, 2011 playoffs, the finals in the Western Conference against the LA Kings, you just think back of what it could have been, and those are some things you miss as far as those kind of players that you're going to see. You see these, USA players coming through town on a week in, week out basis.
So today's replay rewind is brought to you by Lerner & Rowe. Interact, check, make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. It's the news that hit yesterday on Pat McAfee's show. The owner of the Phoenix Suns, by the way, Lakers in town, possibly the last time you'll ever have a chance to see LeBron James in Phoenix, which hell of a player. Not going to get into the argument of who's better, Michael Jordan or him, but I understand the argument when it comes to how old you are and who you got to grow up watching. Because I know Jimmy would say Chamberlain, I'm sure, over Michael, because you got to take a crap in his bathroom.
I did. Well, I didn't do that, but I did take a leak.
Yeah, he did. Okay. Yeah. So, if you missed it, Suns owner Matt Ishbia says he will personally pay $1 million to the winners of the slam dunk contest and the three-point contest. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll play the sound for you. This would happen next year when Phoenix hosts the NBA All-Star Game. He also said that he'd throw another $1 million that would go to charity chosen by each winner. Now, what's interesting about this, the NBA has struggled getting people in those contests, the dunk contest. The last time a current All-Star actually won the dunk contest was Blake Griffin in 2011. It's a long time. And Matt, there's two sides to this. We can break down in a minute. He wants bigger names. He wants more energy, and he wants to put our city right on the center stage. No question. Here is some comments that Matt did make on the Pat McAfee show.
We're going to make it an amazing event. Let's announce it right now what we're doing for the slam dunk contest.
Yep.
You want to do it?
Let's do it. We can do it.
All right.
Tell me what we're doing.
You're going to put $1 million up for the winner and then $1 million donation to a charity of their choice.
Done.
For the slam dunk winner.
Let's get the best guys in it. Let's make it awesome.
Okay, and then the three-point shooting contest. We're doing $1 million to the winner, $1 million to the charity.
Hey, let's do it. Pat McAfee show, we're in on it. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, good negotiation right there. I might sell that deal to another company like you did with my mortgage, but
I got it. I'll take care of it. Let's do it.
I would like to be involved too, though. I would like to make it big because I love the All-Star Game is something that we have all loved. Okay, so $1 million to the winner for the dunk contest with $1 million donation, and then $1 million to the three-point shooting contest with $1 million donation.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's do
this. Now, boy.
All right, it's the Matt McAfee show here on ESPN. One side says, now this is where it gets talk radio debate. One side says Ishbia is, trying to save the All-Star movement. The other says he's just trying to win the offseason battle. I don't know which side you guys are on. I can see both. I think it's a genius move on his part to try to fix a broken product, to try to get some more juice into the dunk contest and three-point things of that sort. But I hate to say it, devil's advocate, people out there think it's a publicity stunt. People that are anti-owners are basically they know that he knows that the NBA will rule against it. They have. They're not going to allow it because the NBA, PA, and all that other crap that goes along with
CBA.
it. So, it's one thing you can have some fun debating it because, both sides are going to say they're pro or con for it. I think it was a great idea. When I heard about it the other night, I was just like, sure, why not? And I knew right away every owner would have done that. It's a team. It is. He's getting great PR. this is very similar. The Suns are doing something very similar, and the Mercury doing very similar that we are seeing with ESPN with the Super Bowl. Once that Super Bowl was done, it's number 60 in San Francisco. Immediately, ESPN is going off on Super Bowl 61 because it's on their network, right? Matt Ishbia and his team's doing the same thing. Got to applaud that.
I love how Matt Ishbia is calling out the owners, tanking, and taking lead in this. I mean, this is the guy that's being out front to say, look, we got to improve our product. Because it's, especially All-Star game, it's slacking. We got to improve our product. We got tanking going on way too often. There's got to be more being on the phone for that. I mean, I love what he's doing to be that proactive as an owner and say, look, I'm going to put my money up, guys. What about you guys? And the thing about,
but if you do that, you're not allowed to do that.
Well,
You're not allowed to do that.
I get it.
You're getting some. You're on the arguably the number one show in television and radio right now.
But why wouldn't Adam Silver adhere to the slam dunk situation? Why would they buy into that? I mean, think about that. Jimmy, I think you said the only way they'll get the top players is if they pay them some big time cash.
That is
$1 million if you win it, and then $1 million to your favorite charity that you want, whatever that is. I just love how he's taking the lead to someone call out the league, and then to someone call out the league in two different venues. Good for you, man.
I liked it. I thought it was a brilliant marketing strategy, and why not? And if indeed that is the case where you have to up the ante to bring the best guys in, do it. I'm all for it. I really am. But once again, it'll have to be, when you reference Roc, the collective bargaining agreement, they have to go through all of those channels in order to make it happen.
There'll be an addendum for the players.
Could be.
Yeah, sign off. Player rep. Yeah, we're good.
I think this ticket is going to be enormous. I think it's going to be one of the hottest tickets in our city in a very long time. One thing I will tell you, this is not a town where there's a top ticket. You can get a ticket for anything. Yes. And not have to pay out of your you-know-what. Sure. But I think for some reason, this NBA All-Star game is going to be just lights out when it comes to the cost. And it's going to be one of the hardest tickets to get ever. Yeah. I mean, the Super Bowl here, when it was New England and the New York Giants, the tickets were expensive, but you could get them. Yeah, you could get them. They're out there. And same with the Fiesta Bowls. And, we've seen it. It's not a hard ticket. Even the World Series just a few years ago, anybody could have got a ticket.
And I think that when they were here, 95, last All-Star game, which all the fans that did downtown. And when the kids were small, we were down like 2 out of the 5 days. It was a blast. Down there.
Yeah. All right, Rick Horrow will join us next. Today's sports business landscape is just outfits. It's wild. You got a university suing its former quarterback over $1 million NIL exit clause. Get into that, tanking as well. Possible freezing draft odds is one thing we'll get into. So sports beats, big money, and big consequences. This is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN Radio Phoenix, on FM at 98.7 HD-2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The injuries continue to mount for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Pitcher Christian Mena has re-aggravated his tear injury from last season that shut him down earlier on from throwing. Manager Torey Lovullo did mention that there is a possibility he will be out for opening day as well. This afternoon, the Diamondbacks are taking on the Kansas City Royals at the Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. Right now, it looks like it is still 0-0, top of the second. Eduardo Rodriguez through the start and has given up 3 hits and 1.2 innings pitched. This ESPN 620 Sports Center update is sponsored by Twin Peaks, 5 Valley locations, and feel free to join us as we're broadcasting live from the Scottsdale location today. Powered by Michelob Ultra, Superior Light Beer, happy hour every day from 3 to 6, and don't miss Michelob Ultra specials every Thursday.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
Bigger fields, bigger events, bigger experiences. Arizona Athletic Grounds. Arizona Athletic Grounds is a 275-acre sports and entertainment destination for athletes, fans, and families. Located in Mesa, AAG is one of the largest multi-sport complexes in the country, with over 475,000 square feet indoors and more than 150 fields and courts. From tournaments to training to cheer, dance, concerts, and corporate events, the grounds does it all. Learn more at azgrounds.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Blur and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizona's for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. Whatever you're craving, we got it. Tequila cocktails, premium bourbon pours, and top shelf spirits served over ice balls that hit just right. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails, yep, all here. And with 5 Valley locations. And don't forget the teeth-chattering 29-degree drafts we're famous for. Pair it all with scratch kitchen bites that actually satisfy. From shareables to hearty favorites. When it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't play. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
If you own a home and need cash, you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-420-4556. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free. There's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt, make home improvements, or just give your budget some breathing room. Best of all, you keep your low mortgage rate while you're getting the cash you need. See how much you can get today. Call 888-420-4556. That's 888-420-4556. Or visit lendgo.com. That's LENDGO.com. Homeowners nationwide are doing it. Now it's your turn. Call 888-420-4556 today. LendGo, where homeowners go to get cash. 888-420-4556.
Time to talk about the business side of sports. Leading expert in the business of sports, author of the new bestseller, The Sport Business Handbook, host of Power of Sports, and architect of over 100 deals worth billions in sports, the sports professor Rick Horrow joins Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
So, Rick, are you at a spring training game in the Grapefruit League somewhere?
No, better than that. I'm at the no-name golf tournament that is the Cognizant Classic. It is in great weather. I just left. I'm not going to go to spring training today. I'm going over the weekend, and then it morphs into the World Baseball Classic, but then it morphs into the ACC Championship in Duke, North Carolina. So I got a lot of stuff going on the next couple of weeks. So what do you want?
Well, I want to know, are NIL exit penalties enforceable? And I'm referring to people don't live. Let me just set this so for those that may not have heard, University of Cincinnati is suing Brandon Sorsby, their quarterback, contract that was a $1 million deal. The NIL deal worth $4 to $6 million, and they're looking for $1 million in damage. So
yeah, we're going to see. Well, yes, contract law in a very simple way. You have a contract to perform. You're legally able to do it. You don't perform, there are damages. It gets more complicated than that. But by the way, this is going to be a trend that is going to impact a whole lot of people at the back end of NIL. We talk about the NIL kids that work the Mendozas of the world that transform their teams. But for every one of those, there are 3 or 4 that don't work. And, you know, if it's $8 million, $9 million, the going rate for quarterback now, maybe it's $50,000 for a third string offensive lineman, but that $50,000 is just as reachable if the guy doesn't perform and he goes to another school. So this is a trend that is going to end up in a lot of litigation. Then we're going to have some national regulation attempts by lawyers and others to see if we can set some standards that'll keep them out of court. But it's going to take a while.
So let me ask you, and you speak at a lot of, in front of a lot of people. Of course, you have your law degree at Harvard, a lot of sports law, contract law, business law. So if you're an aspiring young man or woman and you want to get into this field, what is it? Are you a NIL attorney? Are you a compliance counsel? What is the job? What is the job you should start looking at? Because this looks like this is one area that's going to just blow up.
Yeah, you're all of that. You're a utility player. You're somebody that knows a bit about contract law, about the Administrative Procedures Act, about antitrust if you're forced into things by a number of schools. And what you're going to try to do is develop consensus. There are a number of attempts, some I can talk about and some I know are happening, by the finest athletic minds in the country, some of the best athletic directors, to all come together quietly and create some package that can be sold to their respective constituents so they can try to deal with this. Some NIL, some transfer portal, some compensation, some athletic department distribution. But all of that together really means that there are standards that you have to meet, and the clearer the standards are, the better for everybody.
Well, Rick, it sounds like until we find those standards, it's fair game. I think I look at Jaden Rashada down there in your neck of the woods in Florida. They settled in favor of Jaden Rashada. I look at Damon Williams. Well, they kind of forced him to come back to Washington after they give him $1 million. So is it somewhere in the middle it's going to lie the truth? And to your point, when are those standards going to be established? Was right from wrong or right from right, that type of thing.
The standards today and the concessions and the compromises are based on the leverage of individual institutions, not any one set of standards. So you really can't tell what the precedents are. They may be kind of in the middle, but we're not sure yet. So what's going to happen is it's going to take a while to adopt those standards. And the best thing I can say is it's more work for lawyers. What do you think of that?
And then you have judges in Old Town, Mississippi, ruling in favor of the quarterback at Ole Miss, and Tristan Shamlis. I know that's under appeal. So will the NCAA be able to get that overturned in your mind?
Well, the standard for that was not I'm a Mississippi judge and an Ole Miss fan. The standard was it was a $5 million commitment that he would have lost, and that has to be valued in some way. And there was he may win the Heisman snuck in there too. So judge shopping happens in every court on every issue. It's just pretty well known and more aware and more publicized because this is on the sports pages.
Rick Horrow is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. Okay, so you're right in the middle of it between the Big Ten and, again, the SEC. They still can't get on the same page, Rick. So are we going to see again next year 12-team playoff? Is that going to be official, or will there be some sort of power play under the table someplace that we don't know about yet?
Under the table, side of the table, under the bridge, over the water. Yeah, always a power play. But at the end of the day, I think it's hard to not to believe that 16-team playoff will result in all of this for the very reason that regardless of whether the SEC wants more than the Big Ten, et cetera, it is another set of games. It's much more money than is on the table today, divided by all of those schools. And the one thing that motivates people to make these decisions is more and more money. We know that.
Yeah. Okay, my follow-up then would be, if indeed they eventually go to 16 teams, would they then do away with conference championship games?
Well, that's expected but not inevitable. I think one of the biggest issues we learned this year was, those conferences with 15, 16, 17 teams, and the teams that are number 3 and 4 in that conference are really, really good. And the team that's number 2, because of mathematics, like Luke, may not be as good. And it either has to be a standard tie-breaking criteria at the very least for all of the conferences for who gets in the championships, and maybe you do away with it and you have that first round. It sounds too good to be true. So I think we have a good traction on it. We just got to keep plugging it.
Do you think we're inching towards employees? Are we inching toward employees in everything but the name when it comes to college football and the revenue share and all these contracts that are under scrutiny?
Well, employee, listen, if you call an employee, workers' compensation statutes happen. People don't understand that is a game changer. There's a whole hell of a lot of economics attached to that. And, if the unionizing athletes has been tried, Northwestern kids did it before. That's been unsuccessful. I think if we have a structure where you have the playoff set, then you have the transfer portal that is changed like they did now, and you have some kind of understanding of leveling the playing field with NIL distribution, you may have the ability to have some kind of a uniform system. Right now, it is the very, very wild, wild, wild west.
And Rick, to that point, you talk about unionizing, as you mentioned Northwestern was shot down. These guys are getting paid. They've got scholarships are getting paid. What more would they benefit out of unionizing? Would it be pension plans, 401k? What more would they be seeking? Long-term medical? What are some of the things they'd be seeking if they did unionize that they're not getting now?
Well, yeah. So, you get scholarships, you get benefit, or, room and board. You get stuff today that are effectively benefits that, employees would be getting if they were called a different thing. So it's not automatically, if they're not employees, they're destined to be destitute and fall over. I think, the long-term retirement benefits, quote unquote, the injury protection insurance, quote unquote, are two of the biggest things. But right now, it's some standard way that everybody gets NIL money packaged in another way. And I don't think it's going to take a unionization to do that.
Rick, I want to talk quickly about USA Hockey. I saw that each player on the roster gets about $37,000 to $38,000 plus the gold medal, which is worth $2,000-3,000. But there are other countries that are paying their players, $100,000 to $700,000 per goal if the team and everybody on the roster gets that. With the success we saw with the men and women, do you see maybe more partners coming in, more sponsorship, more money for them to get paid more, or because they're NHL players, maybe not?
Well, the beauty of it all is because they're NHL players, it's not as critical, although just because they have let's call it a profession that pays them a lot more money outside the Olympics, maybe that doesn't excuse the fact that they should get money. I mean, look at what happened. Look at the benefits. I don't think at the end of the day, these guys and gals are going to get a lot more at the end of the table because of what they get today. Although on the other hand, the women deserve it. They should get it. Women's soccer, look at the transformation there. So I think women's hockey has a better chance of really spiking up than men's hockey does.
How soon before we see the marketing blitz with these men and women hockey players?
Yesterday. I mean, we're going to start seeing group commercials very soon. We're going to start seeing, what I'm excited about is, Hellebuck going back to Winnipeg and having his, U.S. intergalactic model of magical transformation, on the ice in Winnipeg. That'll be great. We'll see Kachuk, and what he does here in South Florida. We're going to see Austin Matthews, major, gold medal flashed up in Toronto. I'm going to love to see those teams. There better be standing O's from both sides of the border on that. Then we're going to worry about group endorsements because we're going to get them.
Rick, you're morphing into a lot of things over the next few weeks, so enjoy, and thanks for always making time for us, buddy.
All right, man. All you guys, Jimmy B, stay young. Please
Thank you.
stay young. I
Hey,
will, boy. All right.
Hey, two
Bye.
hands on the wheel. All right, 10-2 out there. 10-2 when you're driving. That's Rick Horrow. You can follow him on X at Rick Horrow Ventures, of course, the sports professor. Hey guys, real quick, I got to plug one of my favorite spots. I love protein. I'm in this little wellness thing. We'll talk about that in a few weeks. But there's this great Brazilian steakhouse. You may have heard it. Rodizio Grill. And hear me out. It's all about eating meat. Yeah, lots of meat. And I'm talking unlimited meat. Who doesn't like that? You can just stuff your face with protein. There's locations just up the street here in Scottsdale. There's one in Mesa. Just take my word for it. You got to check them out. You can visit them at Rodizio Grill or just rodizio.com. All right, we got some movement at the combine. It's not small. The Jets and Titans just pulled off a rare player swap the other day, and free agency is heating up. We're going to get into that next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, with Pete Scottsdale.
Have you ever been to Rodizio Grill? Let me tempt you. Start your Rodizio experience with our hot, unlimited appetizers. Indulge on our award-winning gourmet salad bar with over 35 items. Then, 16 delicious, sizzling, rotisserie grilled meats and grilled items like our tender top sirloin and Rodizio's signature glazed pineapple, as much as you like. Rodizio Grill, the Brazilian steakhouse.
Located in Mesa, North Scottsdale.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Rock for WhiteToyota.com. At White Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all their innovative web tools on WhiteToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WhiteToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WhiteToyota.com.
Here's what's different about GCU. It's one of the country's biggest universities with over 360 programs shaped by industry leaders. GCU's campus ranks among the top in the nation. Most of all, GCU cares about affordability. The average federal and private loan debt for GCU undergrads is lower than the average for private nonprofit four-year universities. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Swing into Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf to get custom fit for the new Ping G440K driver. It's the new standard and straight with dual carbon fly wrap and a faster base. It's Ping's highest MOI most forgiving driver ever. Check out Ping's new G440K drivers. Book your custom fitting in store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are living at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, on this day in 1989, Dallas Cowboys fired Tom Landry after 29 years.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah. 2017, 59th running of the Daytona 500. Kurt Busch wins after Kyle Larson runs out of gas last lap. What was also interesting on that on that day. Jeffrey Earnhardt made his NASCAR debut, which meant they created history in NASCAR, first ever fourth-generation driver in the Daytona 500.
Burn out of gas. Did you have a little talk with your crew chief on that one there, Jimmy?
Wow, they were pushing it. They did not fit. They did not fit, and they took a chance, and it failed. Yeah, it's kind of like Manuch, like quarterback. He's going to go for it.
Hey, no risk.
When he should just run.
No risk and no biscuit. You know? Thank you, Bruce Arians.
All right, football at 50. Jets Titans swap. The Jets and the Titans agree to a rare player trade as the Jets are sending Pro Bowl defensive end Jermaine Johnson to Tennessee in exchange for 366-pound defensive tackle. Is it Devondre?
Yeah.
Devondre Sweat. And you don't see those two often, do you? No.
You know, they showed him, Devondre, trying to get him in shape for the entire year. They showed him he's walking at camp and he's running and then trying to get him in shape. So Robert Saleh trying to get that defense built up for those Titans. That's a trade for him.
So today, in Combine, the workout for defensive linemen, linebackers, and place kickers. That's place kickers. You all need one of those, even though if you've been listening to this show over the last 21 years, Manuch doesn't give any credibility to kickers.
He hates them.
And they are more important than quarterbacks.
Yeah, hey, necessary evil, we call that. But
hey, they more important than quarterbacks.
Yeah, they go.
You didn't say it. You didn't hear me.
No, I heard it. I ignored it.
I just don't understand why you won't ever give them the credit.
I give them
do,
credit.
Because these days, you go through some of these games, and it's a 12-7 game. I mean, it's 4 field goals. Quarterback did what? He do crap.
I give them a lot of love. I give them credit.
I haven't heard that.
The final drive, hey, when they make them like they're supposed to,
You understand?
they're
You
good.
wouldn't have even had a career in the NFL if there wasn't kickers.
Well, because I used to hold for kickers.
No, you know what? Why do you think I brought it up? Yeah.
Held for one of the first longest ever. The one thing about kickers is you just leave them alone, but they're expected.
They're like goalies.
They should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're weird.
They are weird guys.
They're oddball.
And relief pitchers.
Yeah, those two.
Yeah, they are like that.
Also, some position strength we're hearing about. Scouts have been online and basically saying this is a particularly deep class. This is good for the Cardinals because they need both of these categories, and that is offensive tackles and edge rushers. So that seems to be the group that a lot of people are saying there's a robust number of players out there.
I would look for agency to get one of the top right tackles that's out there. I mean, spend the money with that right tackle. And I would, with that third pick, for the Cardinals fans, I'm sorry, I don't want to see you trade down 4 picks. Go get the best player available versus getting picked. In fact, I heard the other day that Jeremiah Love, he's available. He's a kid that's a 5-tool running back. You look at all the other top running backs we've taken over the years, he could be a possibility. So on top of that, talk about edge rusher, another offensive guard would be welcome. This offensive line needs a lot of help. So I think free agency-wise, go get one of the best right tackles in the league to help that book out Paris Johnson and that like that.
Especially if Kyler Murray's still going to be the quarterback.
Or whoever.
Speaking of free agency, veteran Tampa Bay Buck wide receiver Mike Evans reportedly wants to look at all 32 teams as he enters free agency. You
still
can't
have-
see him in another uniform.
I can't
He's
either.
a Buck, though. He is, and he's a Buck.
Still really good.
Yeah.
They won't let him go. They'll have to go. They might give him the hometown discount.
Yeah.
But they're not going to let him go.
Speaking of kickers, as we mentioned earlier, Brandon Aubrey, contract tension between the Cowboys and the All-Pro. Those campers are looking for a record-breaking $10 million annually. There you go, kickers, all you soccer players. Got an opportunity.
Go ahead.
No. Why? Just because he
No.
we know it's going to be a Cowboys
It's
take.
only because it's not even a take. It's just a funny story, actually, about what happened at Indianapolis. So the reporter who put this out was Calvin Watkins, and he had to walk it back. This report was wrong, and he got in trouble. As many of us know in media, when you put something out that's wrong, you got to repost, say, hey, sorry, this wasn't accurate. This information was wrong. Well, the agent for Brandon Aubrey ripped into a Cowboys reporter today who he thought was Calvin Watkins, but was actually Clarence Hill. So it was actually it was a pretty funny story because the wrong guy got totally ripped for something he had no part of.
That's awesome.
Only at the combine.
All right, the NFLPA report card came out. In a quick recap, top of the league, the Miami Dolphins ranked number 1 overall for the third straight year. Players reportedly they call Miami the best organization in the National Football League. Minnesota Vikings were second. Commanders they jumped into third. Bottom of the rankings, Manuch's Pittsburgh Steelers finished last for the first time since this survey began 4 years ago. Cardinals, hey, good news. 31st, they're up a notch.
So they're making progress.
Yes, well, they can't build that performance center any faster, can they? Browns ranked 30th. That's the same as last year. A big twist this year is the NFLPA is not releasing those report cards publicly. So the NFL filed a grievance claiming the survey violated the collective bargaining agreement. The arbitrator then sided with the league, saying that the report card was disparaging to the club, the individuals. The union says it will continue collecting the feedback, the player feedback, but the results will not be.
So Arizona Cardinals, you could still go to the playoffs. Pittsburgh, they've only missed the playoff but once out of the last 25 years. It's all about, making sure you get the right players to be able to win those games.
I just, but the argument continues, we've had here on the program multiple times. Manuch doesn't feel like these mean anything, and that the player doesn't care about this.
Look at Pittsburgh. They're going to the playoffs. They got
when?
They're going. It was the last. They've only missed once out of the last 15 years.
Okay, but they missed once. And they lost their head coach. They lost their head coach.
Yeah, they went to the playoffs this year. I mean, this goes to show good organizations, coaching, and the players, all the above.
One.
Hey,
that's one.
You should
I'd
see.
much rather live in Miami than live in Pittsburgh.
And you know what? But are they winning? Who's got the better chance to win and go to the Super Bowl? That's the guys are looking. The free agents are looking at that.
All right, there's your football at 50. By the way, we'll let everybody know that if you want to win the ultimate spring training hookup, text ESPN to 59925. You can shot at a VIP experience. 4-box seats for a Sunday game in late March against the Padres. It's the D-backs Padres at the Sports Complex. Lunch, dinner, drinks at Biggs before and after the game. We're going to hook you up with a $100 ride share voucher and an ESPN 620 swag bag. So just text ESPN to 59925. It'll be announced next Friday around 3:30. So we'll do that then. All right, coming up. Did USA women's hockey miss a massive exposure opportunity? They win the Olympic gold. The president invites them to the White House. The men show up, State of the Union, and the women, TBD. We're going to dive into that next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. Twin Peaks, Scottsdale.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't want to get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let them know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Lerner and Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Lerner and Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Lerner and Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Lerner with Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll, topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street in Indian School.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. He's ESPN 620. It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are living at Twin Peaks, Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer, served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
The outlet pass for Keller as a freshman. Comes to the net. Score! Keller, the overtime hero, United States. French goal before. All right, I'm going to say it. The U.S. women's hockey team just won the Olympic gold, and the exposure doesn't match the moment. The men get the national spotlight in the State of the Union. The women, well, White House visit, TBD. Sorry, you can miss a day of work to make that happen. So here are the facts. I'll break it down. Some of the reasons why they didn't attend. Frozen Four. They said, oh, the Frozen Four got to prepare for the Frozen Four. It's not until March 20th. The Professional Women's Hockey League, the PWHL regular season, well, it runs to the end of April. It's a 120-game schedule. They only have eight teams in the league. They did have a break, but the break ran through today. NHL seemed to figure it out. They got back to work yesterday, which means the league already paused for some of it. I'll give them credit there. So we're saying there's absolutely no window between now in April for a championship team to visit the White House. Come on. Women's hockey is building. The professional league is expanding. They got more games. They got some more markets. They got some more exposure. But when you win the gold, the president mentioned you in the State of the Union, that's not political. It's a platform. There's national cameras. There's viral moments. There's corporate sponsor visibility. There's young women, girls watching at home. The men showed up. They got the headlines. They got the crossover audience. Every media outlet in the United States was carrying it. The women could have doubled the story. Instead, are they going? Will they go? Why didn't they go? The conversation shifted away from gold. And in business, you never waste a spotlight. To quote from them, the players are back competing with the professional and collegiate teams and are in the midst of their season. They're honored and grateful to be invited, and an opportunity to visit the White House as a team will be based on their schedules once the seasons conclude. All right, it's 7 college players. Of course, the pro league is running. I respect that. But championship teams across every sport have adjusted schedules for decades to make these visits happen. This isn't missing Game 7. This is just in one weekday. Gold medals don't come around often. National momentum doesn't last forever. You capitalize when the country's paying attention. Women's sports are surging now. Momentum is there. When you get a national stage, you take it. Players can miss one day. Moments grow leagues. Moments grow endorsement deals. Moments grow participation, and it felt like it slipped away. They missed greatly here. Absolutely missed the biggest opportunity they could have had, because here's what's going to happen. They are going to go to the White House possibly. They said it's still good to go. It's going to happen on a Tuesday, probably in a few weeks, and it's already old news. It'll still be a little bit of a story, but not quite. When, come on, the current administration brought the guys to the State of the Union. Now, there were guys that didn't make it. There were 5 guys that didn't make it for whatever reason. Yeah. But still, you had 20 members that did go visit the White House, shook hands with the president, attended, the State of the Union. They took full advantage of the opportunity. Women's sports this is why women's sports is not going to get to the next level.
Well, maybe
you got to capitalize on it.
The only thing I can think is maybe they want to show the spotlight with the the men have their time, and we have our time. That's all I can think of.
Oh, come on, Manuch. If you have a daughter that played
yes,
sports,
absolutely. I would
have an opportunity, you win the gold medal. You jump on that opportunity.
Okay, so if they've got 25 other things they got to go get done before they go to the White House, I understand what you say. Well,
hair salons, nails done. What?
You know what? But they didn't say no. Let's say that. They didn't say no. They said we will eventually try to get together and go to the White House at that point in time. So if everybody thinks, well, the Manuch is surrounded, okay, they went and had their time. For whatever reason, they didn't say no. They didn't say we're going to receive the White House.
48 to 72 hours after it's so fresh, the paint's still wet, you take advantage of it. This is nothing political. I get really nothing political. And I'm not taking a political side here. I'm taking a missed opportunity side.
But I know that what's the gal, the Albright gal that set the record or whatever her name was on ESPN tonight talking about she said, look, we're not dissing the White House. We're going to eventually get there. We've got so many people that have got commitments here, here, and here. And I think she kind of hit it. Hey, look, the American men, they've had their spotlight. We'll eventually get our spotlight.
But can't you make a case? You just heard the promo or the rejoin. That goal, Canada is the same level, other than not being in overtime.
I get it, understand that, but
we're not talking about it. So we're talking about why they didn't take advantage of the moment.
Well, there could be many reasons, Ron. There could be many reasons that they might have taken a vote. And he wants to go now.
There's only 7 players on that women's team that are in college. 7 in the league.
Okay.
The pro league starts today.
The only thing I can think of
is 2 days ago.
Maybe they felt, hey, look, it's interesting. Hey, look, the women versus the men. I get that both of them together, but maybe they want their own spotlight. Maybe they want their go. Hey, look, we're gonna go visit the White House.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, we're gonna go get it in the Oval Office.
All I know it's not gonna be a big spotlight. It's gonna be a small.
Well, obviously they don't care. They're like, okay,
yeah, that sucks. It sucks, especially when we have networks like ESPN pounding us on women's sports, and women's sports aren't going to take advantage of an opportunity like that.
They didn't say no. They'll be going. So yeah, they missed their opportunity. But if they want to go have their own,
that's his point. That's my point.
Yeah, but I think that
it's not. I know you guys always think
hey,
don't
put me. I haven't said a word yet.
Say a word. I just said
you guys. Well, why not, Jimmy? Yeah, because I'm trying to get to the point that they want to maybe have their own separate entity of visiting with him. Actually visiting with
them
this
week.
Well, fuck, that's their decision.
Don't you think? I mean, the news cycle is so quick. It turns so fast, and it's gonna be somewhat popular. Hey, the women won the gold medal in April. Okay, 2 months ago. All right, I'll tune in.
Okay, but
man, if they were there, State of the Union, the women and the men, how cool would that have been?
Well, obviously they didn't want to do it for whatever reason. They said they never turned it down, though. So you got to respect the 95 different things these people have going on. That's all I can think.
Jimmy,
you know how I feel politically, and I understand why maybe the women said no because of the comments that he made with the bad joke when he was talking to the men's team. But at this particular time, they missed. They should have gone. At least some of them should have made the effort to get there, because I agree with capitalizing on what was available to them. And at that particular time, I felt that you would have to put what he said and politics aside to capitalize on winning the Olympic gold medal.
Those comments were made when
they were there.
When they were there.
Yeah.
So those comments wouldn't have happened if you were there.
He never said that.
He was talking to the men's team over the phone and made a derogatory comment about
in the locker room.
Yes. Yeah. And they were pissed about that, and I get that. And if that's the reason that they decided not to go. Okay, but they did miss an opportunity to show.
In the bottom line, they didn't say no. They're not going to go.
Yes,
TBD,
that is
as
true.
you said.
But Roc hit the nail on the head where it is a 24-hour news cycle. They'll get covered when they show up, but it won't be the same as if they appeared.
And what he said, President said on that phone call on the 22nd was, I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. Yeah. You do know that. And then there was laughs from the group. Yeah. Those groups are the men's team.
I know.
And then he went on to say, if he didn't, I do believe I'd probably be impeached.
That's correct.
So that's positive on the president what he just said.
Yeah,
not
but,
negative.
No, but
you should get on the men's hockey team.
But they laughed. They took it. The women took it as a negative.
But he said if he doesn't bring it, he's going to get impeached.
I heard it. I know it.
But the way he said, the way it communicated to me is that, well, I got to bring the women too.
Yeah, I have.
I
Or
got
I'll
to share
be
this. That was a joke. And then they didn't.
The whole thing was a joke.
Yeah, I know, but the women did.
I saw a snippet from your show, The View, and they even said it was a joke.
But the thing was, they took it. So the women took it the wrong way.
Well, I'm sure you watch it every day. It's on like in the morning. I don't even know what channel it is.
I don't even know who's on it. So they took it the wrong way, and I think that they felt this like, okay, well, you guys go get acknowledged. We'll get you. They didn't say we weren't going to go because of comments. They just said we'll have to go to another time.
So 2 questions here. Yeah, and I just want a yes or no answer for both. Did they miss a massive exposure opportunity?
I say yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Exposure-wise.
Right.
Yes.
Or was protect the brand the smarter play? Yes or no?
I believe that they made
Either it's just a yes or no answer.
Okay,
It's like taking an SAT
no.
test.
No.
You get A, B, C,
No.
or D.
I say no.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean,
Good. That's I'm saying no as well.
yeah, I think that what they you miss it, but you're going to eventually go down there and say, hey, we're not going because whatever. Then you go, okay, it's a whole different conversation. But I think
missed an opportunity. I mean, I don't think anybody would have predicted, and it doesn't matter who's doing the State of the Union, that our boys, our men, they went somewhat.
Sure.
That was awesome.
I agree. Yeah.
And both sides of the aisle were standing, rightfully so.
And rightfully so.
And that was an incredible moment.
They missed an opportunity to be there with the men's team and to get that adulation and that nationwide
I
exposure.
just would love to see or hear some feedback on if it's not political.
Yeah.
If there's a political angle, okay, they can go down that road and I'll accept it.
At least let us
But if
know.
there's not, then come on.
Yeah,
You can't give me this BS excuse that you had 7 kids that need to get back to classes.
Yeah.
And then the other is all the other players, their league starts again tonight. Come on, there's private jets. There's you know damn well, even Michael Bidwell would have threw his jet into the mix and would have had helped get the women to the White House.
Yeah, I think that that comment in the locker room probably butthurt a little bit to say, okay, we feel we'll come in on our own time.
All right, nobody beats happy hour like Twin Peaks. That's where we're at today. Happy hour we get going here at 3:00. Tequila cocktail, premium bourbon, top shelf spirit, all over ice balls. They got the local craft beers as well, and the famous 90-degree draft. We are at the location in Scottsdale. Twin Peaks Eats, Drinks, and Scenic Views. Coming up, when did you realize you're not young anymore? We got NFL draft picks born after Tom Brady's first ring that is, plus 1,000-calorie burger is hitting the street. Woo! Man Bites, my Man Bites, Roc Manuch is coming up. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B on ESPN Radio 620 Phoenix, on FM at 98.7 HD2, and always on the Arizona Sports Network.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for the perfect place to eat, drink, watch the game, and keep the night going? That's Backyard Desert Ridge. Enjoy elevated bar favorites and a killer drink menu. Catch every play on 40-plus HD TVs or 4 massive LED walls. Then challenge your friends to a game of your own. And when the game ends, the party keeps rolling with live entertainment and DJs nightly. Backyard Desert Ridge. Comfortably familiar, always exciting. We'll see you in the backyard.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Roc and Manuch today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Phoenix, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it the right way. Victory Plumbing Arizona. It's particular plumbing for particular people with upfront pricing before the work starts. So there's no surprises when the job's done. And here's a deal just for listeners. Tell them you heard Victory Plumbing on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and they'll waive the service charge. For leaks, clogs, water heaters, or anything plumbing, book today at victoryplumbingarizona.com. ROC number 268603.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs. Right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
If you own a home and need cash, you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-420-4556. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free. There's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt, make home improvements, or just give your budget some breathing. Best of all, you keep your low mortgage rate while you're getting the cash you need. See how much you can get today. Call 888-420-4556. That's 888-420-4556. Or visit lendgo.com. That's LENDGO.com. Homeowners nationwide are doing it. Now it's your turn. Call 888-420-4556 today. LendGo, where homeowners go to get cash. 888-420-4556.
Do you roll like rock when it comes to romance?
What do you say we go out on a date? Some chicken, maybe some sex. You know, see what happens.
Rock searches the world for tips on dating, divorce, marriage, pop culture, and even... Yeah, here's Rock's man advice.
60% of the time, it works every time.
All right, fellas, lesson time. Today's Man Bites, Rock's Man Bites, it comes courtesy of Pat McAfee, who reportedly dropped 6 figures, $150,000, buying drinks from Team USA when they won the gold. It's not reckless. That's understanding the moment. And he's not doing it for the publicity. This guy gets it. He clearly gets it. So the rule is, be the guy who says, this is special. Let's treat it that way. Not every night calls for it, but when it does, go all the way. Of course, it wasn't about the money. It was about back in the moment. Sometimes that's the coolest move in the room. That's what Rock's Man Bites is all about.
Good for him.
Yeah. All right. Some sports tie-ins here. We'll continue with that. NFL draft prospects and Tom Brady. Top prospects this year in the draft were born after Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl in 2002. Wow. Let that sink in. Wow. Some of these kids weren't alive when Brady started the dynasty, and now they're being compared to him. It's not a stat. That's like a midnight crisis today. That's a crisis for me right now. Current NBA rookies were toddlers during the Suns' 7 seconds or less here. Remember that with Steve Nash running the show? You were arguing about the pick-and-roll defense. Now you're learning on how to use the spoon, right? I mean, that's kind of fun. College freshmen right now. We're in kindergarten when the Chicago Cubs won the 2016 World Series. Wow. How about that?
Time flies.
YouTube, guys. YouTube. Check it out on YouTube.
Yes.
All right. Some Google slang. If you've ever typed, what does no cap mean? It's over. Across the bridge. You're officially asking the internet that the youth are saying, yeah, cap, no cap. What that mean? That's
No.
C-A-P.
It's C-A-P, cap.
C-A-P. Yep, C-A-P. It's for you, Jimmy. It's about as big as you. McDonald's just dropped what they're calling the biggest burger ever. Okay. The Big Arch burger. 2 quarter-pounder patties. 3 slices of white cheddar. Onion. Crispy one. raw ones, lettuce and pickles, big art sauce, and a sesame poppy seed bun. 1,057 calories.
Whoa!
That's double the Big Mac.
There's your meal for the day.
And it's an estimated price. It's about $12 to $15 for the meal. This isn't lunch. That's a commitment.
That is a commitment.
Yeah. All right. This one is big, boys. For you old guys listening, and I know Manuch and Jimmy B still wear the tighty whities, but there's a story in the Guardian that says experts recommend replacing underwear every 6 to 9 months because washing them doesn't remove all the bacteria. They also say about after 50 washes, that's the limit. You move on. There you have it.
So if you got a dwarf bill, we're gonna mark them for crying out loud. I mean,
how would you not know? I always do stuff. That white socks, like I'll throw out all my
Well,
white socks.
Lori's good about
You think about it.
every
you
year.
can buy a bag of white socks, right?
Yeah.
$12. That's like a beer.
Yep.
Couple beers.
Yep. Yeah.
But some people will take forever to do that. Same with underwear. So, Manuch, you look at this, the way you're answering.
Yeah. I got a ton of underwear.
Yeah,
that
same
drawer.
stuff with it.
Well, I rotate them.
Oh, yeah. You're out, you're training kids in the weather. I mean, I can't imagine the bacteria.
I do wash them.
I'm glad to hear that.
Periodically.
All right, things that sound impressive until you do them. This is from social media, right? Running a marathon. No,
I try to.
I ran one.
You run one?
I ran one to say that I could do it, and I did it, and I thought I was going to die.
I was
another one. Buying a house, till all the repairs hit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's this little. This another round on the real estate people aren't gonna like this, but there's this little wave that's hit people my demographic, mid-50s, and even you guys older. It's like, why own a house when you get to that age? Because you have to deal with all the BS.
That's correct.
You have to deal with the HOA. You got to deal with the pest control guy. You got to deal with all that other stuff. The tax, state taxes, all that. Instead of just paying $4,000 a month, whatever the rent is. Yep.
Call the landlord or
call him.
broke.
Done.
Yeah.
Marriage. Something that sounds impressive until you do it, right? I mean, Manuch, you've been married before, right?
I have no interest.
I get it.
Love it.
No interest. Yeah, but you weren't first time.
No,
That sounded impressive.
Funny. It'll be 13 years coming up here in May.
All right, I didn't ask. There's a There's a trend. There's a jogging trend called jepping, and it was created by the Olympian Jeff Calloway. You jog 30 seconds. You walk 30 seconds. You repeat. That's it. Turns out the thing that you're doing because you retire, right? So it's a fitness strategy. Jog 30 seconds, walk 30 seconds, and then just continue.
For how long?
Jepping.
That like half
No idea.
hour?
No
10
idea.
minutes? Okay.
Some sitcoms. Again, this is Roc's Man by sitcoms that deserve a rewatch. You know, like bring them back, old school.
Sure,
shows,
okay.
Revisiting. Yeah. I Love Lucy. Cheers.
Oh, absolutely.
The Addams Family. And the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Oh, good one.
I was big on
Mary
If you
Tyler
recognize all of them, you're our demo.
Yeah. I love the Addams Family.
It's some sad news here. After 68 years, Mr. Clean is retiring.
What?
Yeah, same bald head, same earring, same jingle. Procter & Gamble says no big changes, but he is retiring. Probably a marketing stunt.
Oh yeah. How do you retire, Mr. Clean? Yeah. I mean, you look at the bottle, and go, Mr. Clean.
Dunkin', not Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' is testing a 48-ounce iced coffee bucket. They're doing it in New England. It's twice the size of like the Starbucks venti, whatever.
Right, yeah.
It comes with one straw, not meant for sharing, no cup holder friendly. But hopefully coming to America soon.
For you two guys who love your coffee, that's perfect. Well, it's like a thirst buster of iced coffee. I don't know.
Are you an iced coffee guy?
No, never have been an iced hot coffee.
All right.
What's the use?
And finally, Microsoft is adding a feature to Teams, like Zoom, that can update your work location automatically when you connect to the company Wi-Fi. It's off by default, but if it enabled, your job could see exactly where you are on the site. So if you're working from home, make sure you actually are working from home.
I don't like that at all. I've always subscribed to the fact that I don't like people knowing where I am.
And if I'm at work, okay, people know I'm at work. If I'm not at work, then you have no business knowing where I am.
Oh, you're so important.
Damn right.
God forbid. They
I'm
don't know
in
where you're
witness
at.
protection.
You know?
Yeah, he's leaving the show early.
Yeah.
So he's a tax guy. See, if he was smart, he would say, "Well, I have one job. I only do it 12 hours a week. Sure. And I'm locked in these 3 hours each day. So you could have told the tax guy, all right, 5 o'clock.
It closes at 6, and I have to drive the 101 in afternoon traffic, which means I'm going to do about 18 miles an hour for about 30 minutes.
But if you're the client, they'll stay open for you.
Why do you meet him in the morning? You don't prep the show. I mean, what else you got to do? You just show up at 1.
No, man, I played tennis and went to the gym.
See, get your priorities straight.
That is my priority.
Your taxes aren't your priority?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Athletic prowess is my priority.
Jimmy got a red flag. The IRS like to knock on your door.
That's happened before.
You'll think twice.
Oh, you been audited?
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I hope I never. That's one of the things about my tax. I try to keep everything.
Not a fun experience.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
It always sucks. So I was doing a radio show on weekends.
Yeah.
And I was on 1280 or 1360. And I'll never forget this. I think it was 1060. I remember they carried Nebraska football. And I remember I get audited. And I just started business, and I was like, buying the time, and then, I was filling it. I can't remember if Bill Lewis may have been my partner. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't you. Wait for you, dude. It wasn't even Wolf. But I remember I get audited.
Yeah.
And they said there's something in the book, the tax code, that if you can't show a profit after 2 years, it's considered a hobby. So I'm sitting there in front of this guy, and I'm like, it's a radio show. It's on 9 to noon on Saturdays.
Yep.
We carry Nebraska football. And he's like, oh, yeah, listen to you every week. And I'm like, so it's an actual business.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get the business up and going. Granted, it hasn't made any money because you're buying the time,
Sure,
you're paying
right.
the staff, you're doing the whole thing. But he's like, well, sorry, you had to.
That's
this
the
is what,
law.
page 87 in the book says if you don't show a profit in 2 years, so I got audited.
Yeah.
Lots of money.
So damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, it's like
You
the
show
guy. I remember going to some building, I don't know, West Valley, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've heard your show.
There you go.
I'm from freaking Omaha. Yeah, I know. I love Nebraska football. Yeah, you guys are on before. Seriously, I've been done it yet.
Knock on wood.
I hear you. Mine was early in my career, and I got audited because when cable TV in the early 80s started to really come in, I wrote it off as a tax expense. I have to watch ESPN. I have to watch all these games. And they wrote back and said, can't do it.
Well, I do right. I still do right now.
Yeah, you can now.
Were you an employee or 1099?
No, I was an employee at the TV station.
Probably right there.
So, but I
No, that
still
would give right. Well, now that that would
You
work.
could do it now.
Yeah, of course. Now, but back then it was like, what the hell? You can't write off cable TV.
Yeah, I've been
Yes,
writing,
I can.
I've been writing off forever.
Well, I've been,
Yeah.
since 1099, I've been writing off. It's
Every
can.
Yeah, keep talking. So I'm sure the others are listening.
Yeah.
What else do you writing off, dude?
It's all legal.
All right, Arizona just came back, beat Baylor. Was that just talent taking over, or did we finally see a team that's built for March? We're going to catch up with Ryan Hansen, color analyst for the Cats. But first, here's a look at ESPN Radio 620 Sports Center up front.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. Injuries are continuing to mount for the Arizona Diamondbacks as pitcher Christian Mena has re-aggravated his teres major injury from last season as he's been shut down for throwing. Manager Torey Lamolo mentioned to the media this morning. Mena got testing yesterday, and there are no plans for surgery at this time, leaving his status for opening day uncertain. And this afternoon, the Arizona Diamondbacks are currently taking on the Kansas City Royals at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. Right now, that score is 3-0 at the top of the fifth. We'll keep you updated as that game continues to progress. This ESPN 620 Sports Center update is powered by Twin Peaks and Michelob Ultra, Superior Light Beer. With 5 Valley locations, Twin Peaks is your go-to for scratch-made game day bites. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views. Ryan Hansen joins the guys next.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Bigger fields, bigger events, bigger experiences. Arizona Athletic Grounds. Arizona Athletic Grounds is a 275-acre sports and entertainment destination for athletes, fans, and families. Located in Mesa, AAG is one of the largest multi-sport complexes in the country, with over 475,000 square feet indoors and more than 150 fields and courts. From tournaments to training to cheer, dance, concerts, and corporate events, the Grounds does it all. Learn more at azgrounds.com.
We get it. A meal shouldn't cost you nearly $20. And we agree. At Venezia's Pizzeria, lunch or dinner for under $10 is still a thing. And for an even sweeter deal, stop in and grab a Slice Rewards card. Get a stamp for every qualifying Slice special. 10 visits, 1 free qualifying special. Simple. And every Tuesday, we double your stamps. That's your free pizza twice as fast. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition with great rewards.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got that.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are living at Twin Peaks, Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer, served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Baylor needs to stop first. Pulls up Purdy's jumper. How about those Wildcats? They beat the Bears, the Baylor Bears, as they come back, and a lot of questions. More the talent, exposure, they're doing it. That seems to be the difference. But we're going to go inside the program right now. And here's our Wildcat color analyst, Brian Hansen, joins us now. Coach, was the Baylor win more about this Arizona basketball team's talent, or would you just say this is where this is the real March level maturity that this team has right now? Was it either talent or maturity?
Yeah, I think it's the latter. I think it's a combination of resilience, toughness, and maturity. You're coming off the back end of a very long road trip, kind of a tour of the state of Texas. It's a big emotional, maybe letdown after the win at Houston. Not to say that Baylor isn't formidable, but it's not in the same breath as Houston this season. So you're coming off of that, and you're shorthanded. Not only are you still without the services of Cole Pete and Dwayne Aristode, you've got a hobbled Anthony Del Orso, at least not a full, healthy Anthony Del Orso, who was critical in your previous 2 wins. I think it's impressive to see that Arizona continues to find different ways to win. It's not the same game plan, not the same leader in points, not the same even way about how the game and the flow of the game goes, I never felt, even though the Cats were down 10 at one point, equaling their largest deficit in Big 12 play, that they were nervous, that they were rattled. Yes, they looked a little lethargic in the first half, but then they just kept plugging away, and this team stays unfazed. And in winning time, the backcourt of Bradley and Burries was just spectacular.
So Ryan, you kind of sound like the team, right? You have there's confidence there, a lot of confidence in this program, inside this program.
Yeah, for Arizona to do what they've done down two critical rotation pieces in Cole Pete and Dwayne Aristo, to me, really shows the depth, the balance, and just the single tough-mindedness of this basketball program right now. So I think they need to get healthier. They need to continue to get better, and they're going to be tested. And I'm sure we'll talk about the upcoming games that are lying in wait for the Arizona Wildcats. But I think they're priming the pump for March.
You know, it's interesting, Ryan. We had Casey Jacobson on, who does obviously color for SF1 and former Stanford and seventh grade. We asked him, "Who do you feel the best team in the nation?" He said U of A, and he said he feels that you guys have got the freshmen, as you mentioned, that are looking to close and can close. And he felt pretty confident they could continue that not only in conference play, but in the NCAA.
Yeah, when you look at like what you could argue, Duke, Michigan, and Arizona at present have all the metrics and have separated themselves from the next pack with a small margin. I think you look at the next 10 teams, and it's those three at the top. And you look at Duke, they've got some stellar freshmen. I don't think their guard play on any given night is going to be as good as Arizona. But you look at Michigan, their front court, boy, that could be a great matchup against Arizona. And you might actually tilt the balance towards Michigan's favor from the front court. But you look at the balance, you look at the overall talent, the physicality, the toughness, the size, the shot making, the closing out of games. I don't want to act like Arizona doesn't have a weakness, but I do feel that this is as good a team as we've seen in Arizona recent memory, for sure the last decade. But as you guys understand, it's not a best of 7 series, and that's when the best team typically wins in a best of 7. March Madness is a single elimination situation 6 times, and you have to be at your best all 6 times, or at least at a significant margin for error and a buffer where if you're not playing your best, you can still rise above your opponent. And that's why March Madness is exactly aptly named. Arizona's not infallible. They're not a shoe into the Final Four, but I like what I see on February 26th, how they're building for that crazy tournament.
And let me add this. He also talked about you having your senior leadership with Awaka stepping in for Pete, and then Bradley, having those two senior leaders experience kind of a calm storm kind of guy to lead those young guys.
Been there, done that. Tough guys, not me guys, right? We've talked on this show before about Tilbe Awaka's unselfishness and essentially offering to come off the bench so that Koa Pete and Mo Krevis would start, and he felt that was the best thing for the program. Well, now he has his opportunity, and he knew it would come at some point in the season where he could step into that leadership role more at a focal point as a starter. How invaluable is that in this situation when you're down Koa Pete? And then we can't speak highly enough about the leadership and maturity two-way player that Jaden Bradley is. And just maybe he's starting to showcase his offensive capabilities, hitting a career-high 5 threes against Baylor showcases he's not just a defender and a game manager at the point guard spot. He can be a big-time scorer, and we've seen his closing capabilities.
Ryan, I've got a 2-part question, and it's basically who the Wildcats will play this weekend. Let's start first with Kansas. Defensively, would Tommy Lloyd put in 2 different defenses, one if Peterson is on the court or if Peterson is not on the court, or do they just play straight up?
That's a good question, Jimmy. And when you look at what Tommy has done this year and how he prefers to defend, is the system is the same from one game to the next. Individual player assignments, how they negotiate on-ball screens, dribble handoffs, back screens. They may change some of their base defense. They might switch on the perimeter. They may double on ball screens. So to answer your point, it's the defense we've seen all season that is tweaked from game to game and scouting report to scouting report based on personnel. So it is, yes, they will stay with their base defense, but it will be dramatically changed depending on if they're seeing 30 minutes of Darren Peterson, who is a phenomenal talent and changes the game offensively. They will have to defend him differently than the other perimeter players on Kansas Jayhawks line.
All right, and then my follow-up is towards is Iowa State. They have maybe the best three-point shooter in the Big 12 in Momcilovic. And will they do something different, like maybe run doubles, try to make him uncomfortable around that three-point line Monday night?
You pointed out Momcilovic, who is a flamethrower right now. He's shooting 50% from the three-point line. He's a 50-50-90 guy right now. And usually if you're 50-40-90, you could write your ticket to the NBA Hall of Fame. He's 50-50-90 at 6'9", presents a very difficult challenge for anybody that they face. And the challenge beyond that is he's probably not their best player. You have to worry about Joshua Jefferson, Taman Lipsey. They've got a brand new freshman whose name is slipping my recollection now. But point being, Jimmy, they are a formidable opponent, and the three-point threat from Iowa State makes them incredibly dangerous. And so how Arizona defends the three-point line, I think they're going to have to defend Momcilovic with size. I don't think they're going to be switching Jaden Bradley, particularly, a ton of time on Momcilovic. I think you're going to see the Ivan Parchenkov matchup at 6'7", where he can give size and make Momcilovic shoot over the top of a larger player. Instead of running doubles at a perimeter player, which opens up other things, that's not really Tommy's typical game plan. He may double off of ball screens and dribble handoffs, but not just to get the ball out of Momcilovic's hands. I think he likes to play more straight up with, tweaking the defense, but with size in this case with Parchenkov.
Ryan, it's interesting. Look at both the games Jimmy talked about. The KU game, 2 o'clock ESPN. Monday night, college basketball, 7 o'clock ESPN. Prime time game, Brian.
Oof.
How much does that help a team from the rep side? The light is shining on you, that guys can ignore that and perform.
Oh, it's a huge weekend, guys. You think about this. McHale Center has seen a ton of great basketball, but let's get real. On a 3-day swing, you're going to have the Kansas Jayhawks and a top 7 team in Iowa State walk into your building, like you said, with all eyes of college basketball on those two matchups. It's going to be a rocking environment, but Arizona's team cannot let the moment overtake, their execution. And you're right, as the adrenaline starts to flow, sometimes home courts can spill over. The boiling point, the water gets too hot, and you boil over and you start throwing the ball all over the ballpark, and you're turning it over. Your shots are long. Your adrenaline's running too high. So they do have to play in that famous line that a lot of people don't understand, but play within yourself. What does that mean? Don't try to do things that are outside what you've been doing through 28 games of the season that have gotten you this far. But guys, you have to admit, this weekend is probably as difficult as Arizona would face in a 2-game stretch as they might see until the Final Four. This might be tougher than a Sweet 16 Elite 8 weekend because of the two teams you're playing. Now, granted, you're at home, so that gives you a little bit different environment with the support of the crowd versus a neutral site. But this resembles what Arizona will see if they are able to advance to a regional and have a Sweet 16 Elite 8 weekend. And what a better, more fun, more prepared environment than what Arizona was facing in the Pac-12 and the old Pac-10 days, where rarely would you face a weekend where both teams that you're playing had Final Four capabilities.
This is one of the best Februarys in a long time. Would you agree, Ryan? I mean, but I'm not taking anything away from the Pac-12, but this Big 12 basketball.
Say it. It's true. The reality is true. I don't mean to disparage anybody, but this isn't Oregon weekend, guys.
Yeah.
This isn't Washington State, Washington this weekend, where one of those teams might be good enough to make a decent run, but the other one was tailing off. This is what I would say as an Arizona fan, if you were a little disappointed about the old rivalries of Lute and Jim Herrick and Lute and Mike Montgomery from Stanford. And, we don't have that deep, long history anymore. I would trade that 10 times out of 10 for a weekend like we're going to have this weekend.
You bet. Absolutely. As always, Ryan, thanks, buddy. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you.
Thanks. Take care, guys.
That's Ryan Hansen, University of Arizona radio analyst and coach. You can follow X, at eBay, Rhino, RYNO. Vance Golf, serving off golfers since 1963. There's one right across the street from Twin Peaks, Scottsdale. They have unprecedented service. They do great custom fitting, and that's the cornerstone of their business throughout the entire Southwest. You can check them out, vansdogshop.com. All right, it's time to take on one of the gorgeous Twin Peaks girls from the Scottsdale location. $25 gift card on the line. We're going to get you some beers, some great food. Be caller number 5 at 602-230-0620. That's 230-0620. We'll do that next. Peaks Picks. It's Lakers at Suns, KU at U of A, and Utah at ASU. That's all coming up and continue right here on ESPN Radio.
Have you ever been to Rodizio Grill? Let me tempt you. Start your Rodizio experience with their hot, unlimited appetizers. Indulge on our award-winning gourmet salad bar with over 35 items. Then, 16 delicious, sizzling, rotisserie grilled meats and grilled items like our tender top sirloin and Rodizio's signature glazed pineapple, as much as you'd like. Rodizio Grill, the Brazilian steakhouse.
Located in Mesa, North Scottsdale.
When tragedy strikes, the impact is immediate and devastating. That's when the 100 Club of Arizona steps in, providing financial assistance, guidance, and emotional support to the families of public safety officers injured or killed in the line of duty. They also invest in mental health resources, injury prevention, and scholarships for the children of first responders. Every day, Arizona's public safety professionals put their lives on the line. The 100 Club of Arizona has their back. Learn more at 100club.org.
Swing into Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf to get custom fit for the new Callaway Quantum drivers. The new Callaway Quantum drivers feature Tri-Force face, and the result is a faster face, more ball speed, and a quantum leap in distance off the tee. Check out the Callaway Quantum drivers today. Book your custom fitting in-store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Phoenix, Big's American Bar and Grill is hooking you up with the ultimate VIP spring training baseball experience. Text ESPN to 59925 for your chance to win 4 box seats to a weekend spring training game at Peoria Sports Complex. Plus, lunch and drinks at Big's before and after the game, travel voucher, and Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B swag pack. Just text ESPN to 59925. Standard message and data rates may apply. Find Big's at 83rd Avenue in Bell or online at bigspeoria.com.
You applied to Grand Canyon University because you want somewhere fun and affordable, where hands-on classes and access to industry pros can help you build skills employers need, with the opportunity to graduate in less than 4 years. You want to feel seen, loved, called to more, to know you found your purpose. Make yourself the main character. Begin your story. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Are you ready? It's your weekly chance to challenge one of the beautiful girls from Twin Peaks. It's Peaks Picks. The Twin Peaks girls are the essential ingredient to the perfect lodge experience. Each week, our girl next door Twin Peaks contestant takes on an ESPN 620 listener for 3 games. Get the most picks right. Win a $25 man card for one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations: Scottsdale, Phoenix, Glendale, Tempe, and Deer Valley. Now, time for Peaks Picks.
All right, we had to bring in the closer, our starting pitcher that was all ready to come on board and do Peaks Picks. The lights were too bright, and she couldn't do it. She got it chickened out, but she makes great coffee. She did chicken out,
She's amazing, I swear.
Yeah, well, I mean, the coffee's great, but you're sitting in her seat. She was just scared of the little YouTube, little radio. But that's all right. She got a little nervous. So Valerie is here to replace her. Hey. And the way it works is we're going to give you 3 games. You're competing against Max, who's from Scottsdale. And he's already given his picks. So we're going to do Lakers and Suns, Kansas at the University of Arizona, and then we'll finish up with the Utah and Arizona State. We need a winner to score that one. So first of all, let's find a little bit more about you, Valerie. How long have you been working here at Peaks?
I've been here for a couple months now.
Oh, so you're kind of a newbie. All right. Where are you from originally?
I'm from here.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Arcadia.
Oh, all right. So you still live down that way?
I do, yeah.
Camelback location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live around there, but I don't know. Scottsdale called my name. I said, you know what? It's worth the drive up here just a little bit.
There you go. All right, so we'll talk about happy hour. It's getting underway in about 10 minutes. So happy hour, I believe, 3 to 6, correct?
Correct, yeah.
And then reverse happy hour at night, so you do that as well.
Correct. Make your way over here.
Yeah. When are you typically here? When do you work?
I'm usually here on the weekend and every Tuesday morning.
Okay, so we're lucky to have you on Thursday. All right. So, all right. First game, Lakers are at the Phoenix Suns tonight. Could be the last game for LeBron James to play in Phoenix, and then he's going to hopefully retire. Who do you think's going to win this?
The Suns.
The Suns, Lapsora. Okay.
course.
She didn't local. She's local. All right, Connor. What's Max going to win?
Max also took the Suns.
Okay. What's the Suns? All right, good stuff.
Second game is the KU. I hate to say this, it's good therapy. Jayhawks, some of K-State Wildcats, are at U of A. Okay, on Saturday afternoon. Who you got this one?
I might be a little biased, but U of A, go Cats.
Good choice. Good choice. All right, Connor. What's Max have?
Max also rolling with the Cats.
All right. Then finally, we need to score this game. The winning score first. Okay. Utah and Arizona State. Winner and score.
All right. I think ASU's going to win 80 to 70.
80 to 70. Win by 10. And Max.
Max went Utah 74 to 68.
Ooh. What was the score? 74 what?
74 68.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. So you're not typically here on Thursday. So what's your favorite part about working here? You make us great friends, I'm sure.
Oh my God. I'd
Good.
have to say maybe that for sure. All the coworkers I've met here, I'd say we all have a pretty sister bond here.
That's awesome.
And I love every single one of my coworkers, and we're all really good friends.
Great, Tim, great manager, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Is
I
he
love
the best?
Yes, I love him so much. I love all my managers over here.
She wants those shifts. She wants those
Yeah,
shifts.
she
I
does.
get it. Well, Valerie, thank you for playing. Appreciate it so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for coming on. So that's Valerie here.
Did great.
Scott said you can come visit her on Tuesdays or weekends. So you can come out and see her. And nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. It's going on, like I said, at 3 o'clock till 6. Tequila cocktail, premium bourbons. They got the top shelf spirits. By the way, our contestant was taller than Jimmy B. Top shelf spirits over ice balls, local craft beers, and the famous 29 degree.
Who knows what this platform's on?
Yeah, he's got the Skechers going. You know when you're old, when you wear Birkenstocks.
Yes, you do.
Dude, you
To a
work in
remote.
sports and you wear Birkenstocks, Jimmy. I mean, these are not Birkenstocks. What are they then? Tevas, or what do you call them?
I don't know.
When you can see your feet.
Yeah.
When you can see your toes.
Yeah.
When you can see the hair on the top of your foot.
I'm proud
Those
of
are Birkenstocks.
No, they're not.
Are you going to go climb a tree after this?
My nails used to be so bad that I would never wear open-toed sandals. And finally, they healed up, and so my toes now are glorious, and so I can wear open-toed
Isn't
sandals.
that a dress code violation where I'm remote? Shouldn't you like to have shoes on?
I
your
rarely-
uniform? Let me ask you this:
Yeah.
Is it a weather thing? So if it's 80, you
Yeah.
bring out the
Yeah,
Birkenstocks.
yeah, that's right.
Is that what it is?
That's it, yeah. Dressing for comfort, Rock. You know, get up there in age, you're dressing for comfort.
Hey, well, I'm sure around Sun Lakes it's got the Crocs going too.
Oh, I
wear
would
the
think
Crocs.
You're
You're not fighting it.
Yeah.
You do have a pair of Crocs.
I
don't you?
do not.
Yes.
I do not.
Then why did you fight it right away?
Because I thought you had something else to do.
No.
You insult me even more. So
Dude,
thought that
you ever heard? I mean, you're used to this. When people pick on you a lot,
not
that means they like you. That means they like you, right? When you get picked on. And I know I still feel bad you could go kids right on the ride when you're a kid because you weren't tall enough. But it's like, come on.
I told you that I was my height that I am right now.
Dude, Valerie was taller than you.
Oh,
and
please.
she's 5'3".
Jimmy didn't meet the height requirement at Disneyland until high school, so he missed out on those formative years. Oh God, is it 4'8"?
And then
the high school requirement.
And then when you get in your car, you get to see it all the way up, right?
Yeah.
So you like you're right there. That's it.
Actually, what I do is I put a pad on the accelerator so I don't have to reach the car.
See, what I don't understand about both of you. What? I'll go down that road where I'm poking fun because I love you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys just accept it and you add to it. You don't defend it. You just say, "Oh yeah, you're right. I got a baby chair."
I'm an old rat bastard. I'm proud of it. I've done a lot of things in my life, and I'm still doing things in my life.
No,
and I'm not
both of you guys.
And I'm not going to change.
I went to the Suns game on last night, 2 nights ago, right? Boston, right? And I was, of course, that was a good spot.
Sure.
I was in front row.
Of course.
But we had our own bartender in our little area.
All right, cool.
But I was meeting these guys, and I'm having a long conversation. See a CEO of the company, go back and forth, whatever. Super guys from out of state. And the guy's like, he's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, we're the same age, And the other guy's like, yeah, we're all the same age. And they're talking about their 7-year-old, their 8-year-old. So I get home and I get on LinkedIn to see, this guy we're in. Like he's like 12 years younger than me. He thinks I'm the same age. So maybe I got the genes like you guys. Because I don't look 57.
No, you don't. I don't look.
It's all the hair club for men.
That'll
It's just, if you put a little on the side, get rid of that gray. Because I'll tell anybody. I don't give a what. It's like you wake up. It used to be like you can't tell anybody you're either doing GLPs or you're doing hair stuff. But the fact that you got here is key.
Absolutely. Yeah, garlic, olive oil, and plenty of red wine. That'll keep you going.
Man. All right, this isn't Smoke anymore. This feels like a breakup. Monty says he's talking to Kyler. ESPN says maybe not. Now, Kyler reportedly wants a release. So what's real and who blinks first? We got Kyler to get into. We got Sports Shuffle and Howard Balzer. Jimmy B will be leaving us now because he's got a meeting at 6.
I don't have to go yet.
He needs to leave now.
Could you please leave now, Jimmy?
I'm going to stay here and bother.
Hour number 3 is coming up with Beats in Scottsdale. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, here on ESPN Radio.
Get in the zone, auto zone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really? Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, auto zone.
Enforcement restrictions apply.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyota's is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frankwood Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. He's ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a record need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. That's where we're at today. All right, this isn't a rumor anymore. This isn't off-season smoke. It's the break. The trailer. We all love trailers, or at least car wrecks, and we can watch it as long as no one gets hurt. And it's getting public. The relationship between Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals is crap in real time. Already was kind of clacking last year, but now the stories just don't line up. Now let's walk through it. At the Combine, we're going to hear from him right now, is the general manager, Monty Ossenford, saying, I've always had good dialogue with Kyler.
Yeah, I've always had a good dialogue with Kyler, and I'd say, it wasn't up to what Kyler wanted. It wasn't up to what any of us wanted as a season as a whole. And so, when you have the kind of year that we had, there's a lot of room for improvement, and so we got to find a way to do that. Not only at that position, at all positions, but that's what we're all focused on, is getting better and moving forward.
All options on the table. He's calm, he's measured. Of course, he's very professional. Then ESPN's Josh Weinfuss, who was on the program earlier this week, reported a source saying two sides haven't been in communication since the season ended. Well, for him, it was what? October?
Wherever the Dallas game was.
Yeah. So there's a contradiction there. Either you're talking or you're not. Now the biggest bomb. Fox Sports reports yesterday that Kyler's camp wants a release, not a trade, a release. Why? Because they believe that's his camp, that he's the top quarterback in the open market. It's not saying much. There's nothing out there. When all we're doing is talking about some backup. Well, listen, it's Joe. I can't. It's mind-boggling that there are people in this market on radio stations and television stations that are making a case for this guy, that he's the franchise future, and he's worth $30 million.
35, yeah, 35.
WTF? I'm with you. Great. I'm with you. All right. Meanwhile, sources say the Cardinals are frustrated with work ethic questions, leadership concerns, and whether Kyler is still the same athlete after that ACL and his foot issue. And even one source, maybe it was Howard Balzer, who talked at 3:30, said his mobility is shot. And if that's the case, he can't consistently threaten defenses with those legs anymore, those little legs. Jimmy, you get it.
I can identify.
You have to ask, is he good enough to be purely a pocket passer? And it's no. That's the football question. And he said no. But here's the business reality.
You read my mind.
If Cardinals trade him, the man's dead cap, all right? If they release him, it's financial nightmare. And if he's still on this roster on March 15th, it's $19.5 million fully guaranteed for 2027. So the clock is ticking. So what is the real like, what is really happening? It feels like it's leverage, right? Kyler's camp wants a clean split. Cardinals don't want to eat the $50 million. Monty says the dialogue is good. ESPN it says it isn't. If communication was healthy, this would not be leaking. We would not even be talking about it. If the relationship was good, real good, this would be public. You don't get this many sources talking the way they are. Everything is not fine. And the bigger picture is, we all know it. First round pick, $230 million. They built this whole team around him. They marketed him. Now they're talking Jacoby Brissett is a viable option for the future of this organization. No, thank you. Let's go. Let's move on. Clearly, Kyler has all the leverage in this. Complete leverage in this. And if anybody can make a case that he doesn't have the leverage, speak up then.
I will. He's got 2 years left on his contract. 2 years.
So he gets paid.
Just because he wants to get trade released, he can't go, hey, Michael, I'm going to be released. Michael Bidwell, it is. No, you're not. You're under contract for 2 years. You're not allowed to do that. Hey, I want to go be a free agent. Goes to Michael, no, you can't. You're under contract. You got 2 years left. You're under contract. We control the cards. Not you. We control the cards. Now, you may be a little butthurt about the way that Monty put that out there about we've had good conversations to say that kind of insinuates that you've been talking. What Josh Blankford said the other day we had him on is that, well, when they contacted him, whatever, we never found out who instigated the call. And they said, no, we haven't. We have not heard from Monty Austin for it. At that point in time, I think what the Murray camp said, wait a second. We haven't talked to you, and you're saying we have. Now, when you say we've had, and I think you alluded to that last time they probably talked in depth, was that Dallas Cowboy game where they put him on IR. Just when they said that they had some packages for him, they had some things they wanted to do, next thing you know, that Saturday, I believe it was, that they put him on IR. So they're probably upset that he said, well, we haven't talked. But the Cardinals clearly have got the rights, they've got the contract. Just because you could say, hey, I want more money, whatever, sorry, until we decide what to do with you. And at that point in time, you're under contract, we've got full complete control of who you are and what you are. That's called leverage.
There are three things that will take place. One, they will find a trade partner and trade him, which means he still has leverage because he's making money. Two, they will release him, which means he's going to get all of his money and then endear himself to somebody else who will make even more money. Or three, they keep him and he ends up being the starting quarterback. With all of that, Kyler Murray holds all of the cards.
Who has to make the trade?
Wait a minute.
Cardinals.
It doesn't matter.
Not Kyler.
It doesn't matter but who makes the trade. The point is who has the leverage. He does. He's getting paid on any of those three scenarios.
He wins all three scenarios. He wins.
All
he
three.
still makes his millions and millions and millions of dollars.
But
he can still make those millions and millions of dollars and not even throw
guys,
football.
Yes.
Guys, leverage means somebody that can control the outcome.
Yeah, obviously, because he came out and says he wants to get released.
Okay.
What do we talk about? He just controlled the narrative.
Okay, so
he's controlling it. He's showing the cards. He's making them show their cards.
Okay, so
he's controlling
let me
Here's
explain.
the other aspect of that.
Go ahead.
If indeed the Cardinals try to make a trade for him, everybody in the NFL knows they're trying to unload him, so they're going to give him a seventh-round draft choice. Are you going to accept that?
But who has to instigate that? The Cardinals. He can't make the
But
trade.
but if
the Cardinals.
I get that, but that's not important.
He might make. He might make.
No, you're missing the point. The
No,
point
not.
is, yes, is that he gets paid
Okay.
no matter what.
Okay. That's
He's
fine.
He's in total control.
Monetary wise, money wise.
Yes, which is all that counts.
That's all that
Okay.
counts.
That's all that counts.
But when you're talking leverage, you're talking about
Yeah, leverage.
who controls
Yeah, money.
Money controls the overall.
Yeah,
Money does.
He's got 2 years left.
Okay.
If he had 1 year left, or he was that star player that didn't want to report to camp, whatever, then he's got some leverage.
But
He's
he's
got
not.
2 years left. So the Cardinals have to make the trade. The Cardinals have to give him the right.
They're fourth.
The Cardinals
Yeah, they're
have.
forced.
Okay.
They're forced to do all this.
Yeah.
So somebody who's in control of the Cardinals being forced.
No, he's not. So they might keep him. So at that point,
They
they
can.
can. don't have to. They don't have to trade him. They don't have to. They don't have to release him.
Right.
And they can keep him. Got
that's
2 years
fine.
left, and he'll get paid on that side too. So you talk about leverage. It's talking about, well, this guy won't. He's got 1 year left, and okay, but he's got 2 years left, guys. So he can't say, "Hey, Michael, I want to be traded." So you're not.
Well, okay, if you're not going to trade me, I still make all my
Exactly.
money.
So I just said that.
Okay, well, that's the point. He is in total control of
Okay.
leverage for his
Okay,
money.
but
for
the
money.
camp is saying the money why? He's going to make the money
You
no matter
can't
what.
say money aside. That is what this is all about. I get it, because if it wasn't much money, they would have released
Okay,
it a long
but
time ago.
you guys are talking leverage talk.
Yeah,
leverage
money because of money.
But the guys that can trade him are who?
His agent can make a phone
No,
call
no.
and just say, "Hey, he's not. You can keep him. He's not going to play."
How do you know that? He's going to get
I'm
paid,
just-
right?
Yes.
Okay.
He didn't play. He didn't play this year. He didn't play last year.
They can. So the Cardinals are in complete control to say we will. They haven't given him permission to seek free agency like they did with Richardson and Anthony Richardson. So they've got the control. They're in the car. Tyler Murray's in the passenger seat. They could just continue on past March 15th.
Yeah.
He'll be part of the team.
And he'll be getting $19.4 million
Okay, that's
there,
fine.
and he's going to get his salary.
Okay,
So,
that's fine.
So that's fine.
But just because the guy says
He's
you want,
making his money.
just because the guy says he wants to be released, doesn't mean they have to release. He has no control over being released or
You
traded.
should have better than anybody. You played in the league. Yes. Players dictate what they want to do and where they want to play.
Not unless if you're under 2-year contract.
All you have to say is, "I don't want to play for you."
Okay.
And players force their way out.
force
all
their
the
way.
time. They're
But
forcing they're forcing his hand. Yeah. It's clear that the Cardinals don't want him as their
I
quarterback.
understand that,
And for him and his team to come out and say, "I want to be released," he's basically throwing his finger up to the Cardinals and saying, "I don't want to." Now, and I think the Cardinals are in a bad situation.
Oh yeah,
because they have no control.
So
they lose no matter anyway this comes out. They
narrative.
lose.
The narrative is
So he has
the
leverage.
narrative is they've lost control.
It's wins and losses, right? At the end of the day, it's wins and losses.
Exactly, but they've lost. They basically
They've lost control.
They've
They
lost
lost
control.
control.
No,
Yeah.
they've lost control. of the
Control,
situation.
leverage, probably
No,
in
guys,
the thesaurus.
No. You're looking. They talk about leverage. There's definitions. Okay.
I don't know why you can't understand what leverage means when it comes to player has the leverage. He is basically forcing their hand.
Okay.
That's leverage.
They don't have to adhere to what he wants. There's a lot of guys.
But if you don't adhere to what they want, you still lose.
They might say, you know what? We've looked at the market. We feel Kyler Murray's still our quarterback.
All right, well,
he's
then-
going to be that quarterback. So he's going to come back
And do what?
and play. He'll be playing.
First play again. Oh, my foot hurts again.
Okay, whatever.
No, I don't want to play. I don't want to play
but
for you.
but the team controls that guy. That's the team controls whether he is going to be let go, traded, or out released.
But
so
he is forcing that.
How do you know that? He's put it out there. So what?
I mean, so he didn't put. How do I know that? You just told me. He put it out there.
Here's the only guy that's got the guys like a Richardson who's not coming back at all.
We're at the end of the day with Saul over. Murray's going to get what he wants.
Yes,
he
he
wants.
is.
Yes, he will. He will get what he wants.
And if he does, that's because the Cardinals will dictate what's going to happen.
No, and Richardson is under the rookie contract.
Exactly.
He makes no money like what Tyler Murray.
Exactly right. So that
doesn't matter.
Well, but they've given him permission.
This is huge money that the Cardinals are going to lose, no matter
Guys,
what.
But we knew. Hey, look, before they said this, we knew what was on the table anyway. They knew that they were looking to trade him and out release what the numbers were. So just because they said this, it doesn't mean we didn't know that. It's like, okay, we've kind of seen this Captain Obvious that they want to let him go. By him saying it today is, well, no kidding. No S, Sherlock. We knew that they've been trying to get him out. So there's no leverage here. It's been known that Cardinals are trying to shop him, get it out.
Yeah, they get nothing for it. I think it's safe to say that this general manager and this owner, they're living under a rock. They're really this handled so poorly.
Well, that's the key. I will agree to that.
What was it, week 5?
Yeah.
When he went down, he had with a sprain of some sort.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
it was the Titans game. We got the snap and he hurt the
if
foot.
you really want to just say, screw you, Kyler, don't let him be a free agent.
Because if he becomes a free agent, he's going to have even more control. He can play wherever he wants.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So
He still makes
but
his
he
money.
But he gets to make his money, and he has leverage.
But the thing is I think that what he doesn't understand is the 2 injuries you just pointed out, and that him being out there in the market. If nobody's, I don't know if anybody's approached the Cardinals up for trade. He gets himself out there. He's going to find out. Nobody's going to.
Why would you give up draft capital? Why would you give up money?
Exactly.
Whatever you need, knowing that. But probably the scenario here is he's going to get released, right?
Yeah. I think the long run he's probably will. But
long run,
but
we're talking in 2 weeks.
But you're talking about a starting quarterback. It was that they're gonna try to get something in return.
What? They're going to get a bag of balls.
You don't know that. They might get a 3rd rounder, 4th rounder.
Oh, no.
They
I would never. If I was
You're a general
GM,
manager. Come
yeah,
on.
come
dude.
on.
Well,
you give up that much?
But I'm just trying to tell you, there might be somebody out there that says, hey, look, we like him. We can make it work.
We're going to put a flyer on it.
Yeah, whatever.
Here's our 6th
Here's
round
our 8th
pick.
year. I can tell you they'll go to the nth degree before March.
No,
15th.
there's a GM out there. There's a couple coaches out there that are probably saying I can make it work.
Yeah.
I can make it work.
But nothing happens. The Cardinals hold the cards. They're not going
They
anywhere.
really don't.
Yeah,
If
they do.
lose.
Yeah.
They lose. All 3 scenarios, they lose.
They're going to lose if they keep him?
Yes.
Well, how are they going to lose?
How would we know? We can't answer that.
Yeah.
Because we don't know if he'll play for him.
Okay.
We don't know if he'll actually go in and play. And if he does or have success under Moore, we don't know.
Or if he's the backup, you can hold
So,
him for a set.
Just go to show you that they control the situation.
They don't. That's the point.
They do.
You're just saying. All you're saying is they control the phone call to get it initiated. But at the end of that phone call, they lose.
I know
Whatever
how it works.
scenario they do. I don't know why you act like you're so
I know how it
authority.
works. Yeah.
What do you mean, like you know? How do Jimmy and I not know? This is basic common sense.
I have a lot of guys. I know that the Cardinals put themselves in this. We get it.
Yes.
Yeah. But
To lose.
But it's up to them
They have
to make this thing work. That's the Cardinals.
It's not. No, it's not up to them.
His agent's not going to go.
The product
hey,
is
so-and-so.
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, he holds the cards.
He wants to leave. The
Yes.
Cards,
And they're gonna be forced by him to let him go.
Yeah.
They're being forced by him who has the leverage.
But this has been known for how many? Without him saying
It doesn't matter if we talked
Yeah.
about it yesterday. We're talking about it right now
Yeah.
because it's front and center. And every national television show's talking about it because Tyler's camp said he wants to be
Okay,
released.
they might say that, but Cardinals are the ones that will dictate that. Period. Full stop.
It's a headache. It's eccentric headache number 28.
He might make his money.
It's
So
a
what?
migrant.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
is.
migrant.
It is a
It makes
migrant.
common sense.
I know.
So if he makes his money, so be it. If he gets released,
That's
he's out.
the
The whole
leverage.
point is to leverage the money, dude.
That's one thing, but leverage means
Oh, wait a
control.
minute. That's one thing. Okay, but that's
Yeah,
the thing.
but he's
That's the thing.
yeah, but he's not going to go somewhere and say, okay, I got traded to Green Bay. Cardinals will say, you can't get traded to Green Bay. I will trade you if I want to. There's a lot of things Cardinals don't have to do, guys. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, so I know we got to talk. We're fine. We'll blow off the next segment. It's not against. I'd rather just keep riding. Yeah. 602-230-0620
Bring it.
if you want to chime in.
Bring it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I just got to get this out. But dude, if he goes to Green Bay and he doesn't like it, is that what you're saying? If he gets
No.
traded to Green Bay?
No, what I'm
Because he
saying
doesn't have any savings to go to Green Bay?
It's because his agents can't dictate where he's going to go. He can't do that. The Cardinals can only dictate him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, the Cardinals have to trade him, not his agent.
Yes, but that's not the leverage. The leverage is all about
the leverage is that they're going to have to trade him.
Yeah.
A guy, if they don't have to do anything. He's got 2 years left.
Okay, then he's going to
Okay.
make it all that
You lay in that bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You just sit back and let him do nothing.
Okay,
And
so
just see how much they're going to get destroyed
Yeah.
in the public
the
eye,
money,
in the fan base.
you guys think the money's leverage. It's not the money. It's about who's got control.
A $52 billion halfway
Yeah.
hit or something, whatever that is.
Yeah.
You don't think money matters?
Yeah.
His contract carries a $52.7 million cap hit if fully triggered.
And if Michael
Making it too expensive to sign away from the team if he doesn't want it.
Yeah, if he just forces it. So they might just
Go.
say, we don't want to pay the $52 million. We're going to keep you. We're going to keep you. We'll have you.
He still gets paid.
Still
his
gets
very
paid.
expensive money.
Yeah, you get paid no matter what. That's not leverage.
That's
Your point is, hey, the guy's going to get paid no matter what. You
Yeah,
gotta know that.
he is.
You guys got leverage and money mixed up.
No.
Leverage is
The
control.
Cardinals are home. You wait a second. Every rich guy in America has leverage because he has money.
Okay.
So money and leverage does go
Okay.
hand in hand.
They don't. No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
You're gonna tell me, Matt Ishbia who
Okay.
is one of the richest guys that we know,
Okay.
billionaire,
If-
doesn't have leverage because of his money.
Okay, so the cap, if they let him go, and you look at his money, he's not going to. If they keep him, he's going to make about $30 million a year. Versus if they release him, he'll only make 19. Okay. Now, whether he gets picked up or not, if he gets released, nobody picks him up.
Well,
He's
no,
out $14 million.
You don't think he'll get picked up?
Yeah, come on.
You're going to tell me that if you look at the top draft picks that are coming out
Okay.
right now, he would go in the first
so,
round?
So if he gets let go, and the Cardinals own the 19, and all of a sudden they're going to pay him, let's say 35 this year if they keep him.
Yeah.
And he goes, he's only going to make, let's say somebody's going to sign up for 15 per year as the guy that, hey, you got to prove it as a backup. He's missing out on $15 million.
That's not going to happen, but that scenario is not going
But you know,
to take
they
place.
release him, and nobody picks him up.
No, you really think that?
Really
Honestly,
think
come on,
that?
Manuch.
But no, if they pick him up, they're not going to pay him $35 million a year.
All right, he just stole $300 million from the team already.
Okay, I get that.
Money's not going to be that big of an
But what
object
I'm
with the
saying-
next team.
But I'm saying he had
He
the
made his money.
Yeah, if I'm saying he's going to be out 15 to 20 million versus what somebody else pays him. I can't see him get released. Okay, 19 million. Okay, you're gone. So they pay that out. Then he goes gets released and goes and signs. I can't see anybody paying him another 30 million. a
They
year.
will.
I can't see it.
Thing is, if they release him before June 1st, it saves the team almost $55 million in dead money compared to what it would be at the end after June 1st.
Exactly. So at that point in time, they will have gone through trades, free agency.
Either way, Kyler Murray wins no matter what.
Well,
I don't know how you can say that.
Wait a minute. Are you going to pay Malik Willis 30 to 35
Yeah, you want Malik Willis,
Okay.
right?
Or are you going to go get
Willis?
Kyler Murray?
No, I'm not going to pay that. I'm not going to pay that from that standpoint.
All right, let's pay some bills. We'll be back. All right, Twin Peaks, Scottsdale. I need a break.
Looking for the perfect place to eat, drink, watch the game, and keep the night going? That's Backyard Desert Ridge. Enjoy elevated bar favorites and a killer drink menu. Catch every play on 40-plus HD TVs or 4 massive LED walls. Then challenge your friends to a game of your own. And when the game ends, the party keeps rolling with live entertainment and DJs nightly. Backyard Desert Ridge. Comfortably familiar, always exciting. We'll see you in the backyard.
This is Jason Sheckerly, former Phoenix police officer. There's nothing more important to a first responder than focusing on their mental health. And there's nothing better for that mental health than golf, friends, music, drinks, food, fun. Join us for the Heroes Golf Classic Tournament at the Weston Kierland Golf Course on Friday, May 8th. If you're not a golfer, show up for the after party and benefit concert with the best cover band in Arizona, Rock Lobster. Proceeds are going to benefit the 100 Club of Arizona. The 100 Club provides support for our first responders through critical incident, injury prevention, mental health, and scholarship. Every day, our public safety members put their lives on the line, and we are their backup. So come out and join us on May 8th. To register, go to our website, 100club.org, and click on the events page. Again, 100club.org. Click on the events page, register for the tournament, and we will see you on May 8th.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Hi, this is Brent with Ready Services Plumbing and Air Conditioning. It's that time of year again where it's extremely important to keep up on your plumbing and air conditioning maintenance. At Ready Services, we provide our Ready Preventative Maintenance Program, where our technicians come to your home and conduct those preventative checks in order to keep your home life as comfortable as possible. We'll do everything to catch the little problems before they become big repairs. Reach out to us at nofeeemergency.com for information on how to become a member and ensure that your home is in the best hands possible.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are living at Twin Peaks, Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer, served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, some of the top stories you might have missed, but shouldn't have. NFL considering replay officials throwing flags. Leagues discussing letting the replay officials throw the yellow flag, the laundry, for a specific penalty, especially non-football acts. Translation to that, stuff that happened after the play. The NFL doesn't want to open Pandora's box, but this could be the first step towards booth-driven officiating. So imagine getting flagged by someone 300 feet away watching in slow motion. You're going to tell me it's already controversial. I mean, that'll get to a bad place.
All based on what happened in the Super Bowl with that punch. The guy from the sideline, and nothing was called. The guys from the sideline go, wait a second, we just saw him punch. So if you don't see it, no harm, no foul. Excuse me, what they're doing now is like if they see that, or it's buzzed down to the official, then they'll throw the flag. Now, before it's just buzzed down to the official, was it complete, was it incomplete within the last 2 minutes. If they're going to do this, I think it should be like they're buzzed down the last 2 minutes. It's got to be somewhere either in the last 2 minutes of the half or last 2 minutes of the game.
No proposal, was officially submitted to ban the Philadelphia Eagles push before the deadline. So it survives another year.
Hallelujah. Just try to stop
all those defensive coordinators everywhere. They can't stop it.
No.
Can't stop it. A guy that won't go away, former Pro Bowler Kirk Cousins. Yeah. He continues to be linked to prize and landing spots around the NFL. Front office see him as what they're calling a bridge quarterback insurance. Bridge quarterback insurance.
He can go back to Minnesota.
Hey, they can come here. Because, I mean, you think about it. It basically says that the way I read that is, all right, we're not ready to admit we have a plan. So let's just bring in Cousins for a year, and let's see if we can survive. Remember Michael Bidwell, you brought in Boomer Esiason? I mean, same thing.
The other guy that's out there, too, is Jimmy G's a free agent out there, back to quarterback. He'd be available. I think with J.J. McCarthy, that thing is they're not showing a lot of confidence in J.J. McCarthy for 2 years. Not 1 year with the injury. Last year, he was a rookie, let's face it. But if they bring a Cousins back or some kind of free agent quarterback back that can help bridge that gap or be there in case he falls down.
Is Jimmy G just a backup QB?
Well, he went to how many Super Bowls?
He went through one as a starter.
Right.
That's it. Look, to me, he and Jacoby Brissett are the same dudes. They played the same way.
But I would say that
I would just run with Jacoby again.
Yeah,
and I would have no problem with that at all. But I'm just saying.
I think a lot of them like them.
Yeah, I think if you're
serviceable.
Yeah.
You know the team's not going to win more than 4 games.
Exactly.
But I think that those are some of the guys that are out there. That you're talking about bridging the gap. Yeah. Those are the guys that are out there that could bridge that
Well, let
gap.
Jacoby bridge.
Spring training stories that we've talked about. These young pitchers are already touching 99 miles an hour. Veterans are experimenting with the pitch clock still. You got to deal with that pitch clock now. And coaches are quietly testing the defensive position week. So spring training always looks calm until someone leaves the roster spot. But of course, we talked a lot about Diamondbacks yesterday and who's going to start on Saturday, opening day, not Saturday. And that leads us to our State 48 roofing It's Your Call question today with Merrill Kelly out. We'll be out until I heard Bob Nightingale today on Arizona Sports say, probably early April, mid-April, we'll be back. So who takes the starting spot? Is it Zach Gallen, Ryan Nelson, Eddie Rodriguez, or Brandon Bott? Go Ryan Nelson. I think he deserves it too. He earned it. Give it to him.
He's best pitcher.
I think other people will agree. I know Bob Nightingale will agree with me. So, anyway, that is our State 48 roofing It's Your Call Question. You can check that out on X and Instagram. All right, up next, we will have Howard Balzer join us as the clock is officially ticking. The 2026 year opens on March 11th. Kyler Murray reports once we release. You get Howard's thoughts on this. We've covered the team for 50 years. The first year is another ESPN Radio 620 Sports Center up.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. Injuries continue to mount for the Arizona Diamondbacks as pitcher Christian Mena has re-aggravated a teres injury from last season, and he's been shut down from throwing, says manager Torey Lovullo. Mena also got tested yesterday. There was no plans for surgery at the time, leaving his status for opening day still up for question. And this afternoon, the Diamondbacks are currently taking on the Kansas City Royals at Salt River Field, the Talking Stick. And right now, that score is currently 8-6. It's the scoring has opened up a little bit at the bottom of the seventh. Kansas City Royals are up by 2. The ESPN 620 Sports Center update is powered by Twin Peaks and Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. With 5 Valley locations, Twin Peaks is your go-to for scratch-made game day fights. Try the new baked pretzel with Chipotle queso or double-stacked brisket nachos. Twin Peaks, each dream, scenic view.
Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. Whatever you're craving, we've got it. Tequila cocktails, premium bourbon pours, and top shelf spirits served over ice balls that hit just right. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails, yep, all here. And with 5 Valley locations. And don't forget the teeth-chattering 29-degree drafts we're famous for. Pair it all with scratch kitchen bites that actually satisfy. From shareables to hearty favorites. When it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't play. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views. Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer. Trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Rock for WhiteToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with the perfect plan to ensure everyone's well fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
30 for 30 defense. The Philly special. 38 seconds to go. We're on the 1 yard line, 4th down. You call timeout.
It was all about the Patriots. They were built for this. Nobody was quite sure what the Eagles were built for.
Right away, the Philly stuff was jumped in my mind. Philly.
My pause was just like, yeah, let's go.
That's it.
This isn't the play of the game, folks. This is the play of the season.
Stream the Philly special now on ESPN.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid folks with it. Time spent on application may vary. Online help questions required.
He's been covering the National Football League for close to 50 years. A longtime NFL writer, broadcaster, and co-host of the Pro Football Hall of Fame show on SiriusXM. A Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer. Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Everyone I've talked to here is pretty convinced he's not going to be a Cardinal next year.
Now that, I think there's up to two ways that could happen. They trade him or they release him.
It's ESPN's Just Wine earlier this week on our show. You heard it. Combine, Monty, Oxford says, I've always had good dialogue with Kyler. You just heard Josh. A couple sides said they haven't communicated since the season ended. And then Fox Sports reports that Kyler's camp wants a release. Howard Balzer now joins us, talking about football. We've had some pretty heated discussions this afternoon, Howard, in regards to this topic of Kyler Murray, that, the breakup is here. Who, in your mind, has the leverage? Is it Kyler Murray or is it the Arizona Cardinals? When this thing's all said and done, who has the leverage?
I don't know, guys, if there's really any leverage involved in this. I mean, if the Cardinals are set in stone on moving on from him, and obviously this is not exactly a new story. You were talking about this the middle of last season. But in terms of leverage, I mean, in Kyler's situation, I mean, obviously if there's going to be a trade, that's up to other teams being interested. And what's weird to me is you referenced that Fox story, and I'm thinking to myself as I read this, so the Cardinals are leaking stuff about his mobility is shot. He's not a leader. We don't think much of him anymore. That sounds like a team that's really trying to get a team to trade for him, isn't it?
Yeah. What's that?
It's hard for me to believe that the team is saying any of those things and leaking that, because it does that gives the Cardinals no leverage in terms of trying to affect the trade. But I think everyone concurs, and I don't see this written or talked about a lot, guys, is that if the team is going to take him on, aside from the fact that he could be 29, and aside from the fact that he's only been available for 70% of the Cardinals' games since he was drafted, and a bunch of other games he played with an injury, aside from all those other things, he has all that guaranteed money in his contract. And the only way another team is going to take that on is if the Cardinals pay some of it. And so everyone's talking about, here's what the cap hit will be. Well, you don't know what the cap hit is going to be if there's a trade, because you don't know how much the Cardinals are going to have to pay. Having said all that, there's some that believe, Kyler would rather be released so he can pick his team. But I guess that would make sense from his standpoint, but he doesn't have control over that. And if the Cardinals find a trade partner, it certainly is better for them in terms of not only the salary cap guys, but in actual cash that they wouldn't have to pay him. And so something's going to happen. You have to believe in the next, by March 15th, when if he's on the roster, then another $19.5 million from next year becomes guaranteed. I don't know how much of an issue that truly is. That's not that much money. Obviously, a lot different than this year. But so again, go back to your original question. I don't know how much leverage anyone has, but I don't know that there's that strong a market for Kyler Murray in terms of another team, because he wants to go to a place where he's going to have a real chance to start. I don't know where that team is. A lot of teams are thrown out there, but I don't know where that team is. And last point I'll make before you ask me your next question is anybody taking him on knows that a big part of his game is his ability to run the football and escape. And if there's injuries, if the age gets up there, he's not going to be the same quarterback next year that he was 6-7 years ago. And so those are all things that other teams are going to take into account when they decide whether to trade for him or whether even just to sign him as a free agent.
And on top of that, he's got 2 years left on the contract, Howard. I mean, they control his destiny one way or the other. And to your point there, who wants to take on a guy that's banged up? Who wants to take on a guy that's got this big salary? So for me, the control to dictate one way or the other. It's still in the hands of the Cardinals.
Well, definitely. Now, if they don't find a trade partner, then they truly have to decide. Certainly everyone says we'll just release him. That's going to result in a cap hit of dead money of more than $52 million. And I don't know how realistic it is to think that maybe they would bring him back, because I've had so many people, you might have asked me this last week. I've had a lot of people ask me in different interviews, who do you think is going to be the starting quarterback for the first game next season? And I said, I don't know, and I don't even think the Cardinals know. So how could anybody else?
That's true. That is true. Look, they have so many issues. The Cardinals do. The Kyler Murray thing, they have locked themselves into a desperate spot. So now they have the number 3 pick. Mel Kiper's has come out, of course, with his draft list. He has them taking Bailey, the linebacker out of Texas Tech, number 3. Would they be better served, in your estimation, Howard, if they traded down a few spots and acquired an extra first-round pick someplace because they need so much help?
I think that's always a good move for a team. And obviously, you have to have a trade partner, and you have to have some team that wants to get into that number 3 spot, and feels really strong about it. And you guys have to know how I feel about mock drafts and how useless they are in February, especially when nobody has any clue what's going to happen in free agency. And if all of a sudden, whatever player somebody has the Cardinals or any team taking, well, if all of a sudden that team fills that need in free agency, that's not going to be their draft pick anymore. But in terms of a potential trade, this is a strange draft. And all indications are it's not that strong in elite players, but it's pretty deep in terms of having extra picks in other rounds. So, yeah, I think that would be the great move for the Cardinals to make. And again, a lot of it depends on how far do you trade down. The further you trade down, the more picks you can get. But it also, limits in terms of the top players that will be available. So there's a lot of moving pieces to that. And we saw what the Cardinals did in, Monty Ossenfort's first year. They traded down and then traded back up and ended up, drafting Paris Johnson Jr. And even though there's a lot of people thought that they should have stayed where they were and taken a pick from Will Anderson. And you can make a case for that. But you also, it's a darn good case to get your guy at left tackle you think is going to play for at least the next decade. So it's there's 2 months between now and the draft, and a lot of things can change, obviously, between now and then in terms of what these teams are doing, personnel-wise.
I'm going to put my quarterback hat on and be a little selfish. I would hope the Cardinals would look at, from the free agency perspective, I want to get your thoughts. Maybe look at the best right tackle in the free agent market, and then maybe a guard in the free agent market. Maybe scratch those itches a couple of times, and then, to your point, you look at the draft. Maybe you trade down, or maybe you take the best guy at the number 3 pick. How much lineman type tackles, guards are out for the free agency to scratch that itch before the draft?
There's been a lot of chatter about a guy. I've seen people mention Braden Smith, who's the Colts looks like they're moving on from. He missed games last year with injury, and he's missed a bunch of games over the last 2 or 3 seasons. And I think the one thing the Cardinals can't afford to do is take chances on guys, especially with they rolled the dice with Jonah Williams, right, at right tackle. We saw how that worked out. He couldn't stay on the field because of injury, and it could have been predicted because he had injury issues prior to that. And so it's a good it's a good strategy. The Bears did that last year. Everyone talked about Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, and obviously big part of the Bears' success. But they also went out, and actually in free agency, they signed one guy, Drew Dahlman, in center, and then they traded for 2 starters at both guard spots. And that solidified their entire offensive line, and was a big part of why the Bears were as successful as they were in during the season. So the Cardinals definitely need that. They need a right tackle. They probably need a left guard. And so where do you get those guys? And so I'm not sure that there's guys out there that are worth that big money, and I would think that's probably the way the Cardinals look at it. But if there are, certainly they should take a shot at those guys, because at least they're veterans and you know more about them than a rookie.
Howard, thank you, buddy, as always, man. What are you working on as we let you go here at CardsWire?
Well, we got, combine reaction and all the stuff going on there. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw the The report cards
yes,
were leaked today.
Yeah, moved up a spot.
Yeah, they moved up a spot. Everybody should be happy. They're now 31 instead of 32. There haven't been a lot of details because there's specific questions that are asked at all those different spots. But at least with the S- locker room, and the bad training room, at least everybody can look forward to the fact that that'll be different in 2 years. Wow, that's wonderful to wait for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so, but in any event, yeah, we'll be talking about that. We're also at CardsWire, just Root and I, looking at the entire roster of players and what their kind of off-season preview is in terms of guys who could be here, guys who could be moving on for cap reasons, and all that. So all that and more you can get at CardsWire.usatoday.com.
That's Howard Balzer, comes CardsWire at USA Today. And good stuff as always, Howard. Thank you. Have a good week.
You too, guys. Take care.
Howard Balzer. Segment is brought to you by All City Towing. Here's the largest towing company. Whether you're stranded or need professional transport, All City has the experience to get the job done right. 24/7, 365 days a year. They're hiring drivers, dispatchers, and more right now at their website. And so, if you want to join a winning team, go to allcitytowing.com. Allcitytowing.com. All right, coming up, it's been about 6 months. It's called Producers Payback. That's next. Roc and Manuch, Twin Peaks.
Phoenix, Big's American Bar and Grill is hooking you up with the ultimate VIP spring training baseball experience. Text ESPN to 59925 for your chance to win 4 box seats to a weekend spring training game at Peoria Sports Complex. Plus, lunch and drinks at Big's before and after the game, travel voucher, and Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B swag pack. Just text ESPN to 59925. Standard message and data rates may apply. Find Big's at 83rd Avenue in Bell or online at bigspeoria.com.
Swing into Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf to get custom fit for the new TaylorMade QI40 driver. The QI40 family is TaylorMade's fastest, most fittable driver line. Don't miss out on your chance to find your new fast and schedule your fitting in store or online today. Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
With Sun Devil women's basketball, it's not just a game, it's a show. The speed, the swagger, the no-look passes that make the crowd gasp, the intensity that feels like it could light up the court by itself. Every night, this team brings fire, fast breaks, big moments, and defensive energy you can feel from the top row to the hardwood. If you want basketball with heart, pipe, and pure showmanship, you want Sun Devil women's basketball. Get your seats now at sundeviltickets.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
If you own a home and need cash, you can unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-420-4556. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free. There's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt, make home improvements, or just give your budget some breathing. Best of all, you keep your low mortgage rate while you're getting the cash you need. See how much you can get today. Call 888-420-4556. That's 888-420-4556. Or visit lendgo.com. That's LENDGO.com. Homeowners nationwide are doing it. Now it's your turn. Call 888-420-4556 today. LendGo, where homeowners go to get cash. 888-420-4556.
Watch out. It's time for Producers Payback. It's time! CC and Laz are stepping up from behind the glass to stir up some fun with the guys. Surprises, laughs, and a little chaos guaranteed.
But you don't say that.
Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on ESPN 620 and 98.7 HD2.
Let's round the boys out.
All right, little producer payback with Lads and CC. This music's very appropriate as QB just left in his little clown car, beat the traffic, so he can be in a meeting at 6. It's 3:49 here on a Thursday, and he's going about 25 miles. Maybe.
He's got things to do, Rock. It's Jimmy B.
For a guy that's retired as long as he is. Yes, busiest guy.
Why do you got to go see your CP? You got to make $10 a year.
Seriously, why would he need a CPA?
Exactly. I mean,
seriously, it's like one sheet, one piece of paper.
You got all that NBC pension money coming in or something like that, maybe.
Big deal a long time ago. But, he chickens out. We moved payback from Friday to Saturday. Excuse me, Friday to Thursday, so Jimmy can be part of it.
Oh, that's why.
I would say 90% of the time, it's Jimmy that makes the cut, right? Is that the case this week?
There was a good amount with Jimmy B this week. I think the 50%.
No, I'm saying in general.
Oh yeah, in general, yeah,
you're
you're shooting around 90% with Jimmy.
Yeah, see, that's what I said. That's my point. Yeah, I have no idea what you guys have today, but I did know Jimmy, beep your horn if you're listening. All right, let's go. All right, go ahead, guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah, our first one. This is a funny one here, Rock. You were out on assignment, and Sean Salisbury was on the line with Manuch and Jimmy B during the week, and he just happened to give his expert analysis on where you were.
Real quick, Jimmy and Rock. Manuch, where's Rock at? Let me guess.
Yeah.
Phoenix Open, hole 16.
That's where he is.
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah.
Your deductions are just amazing. Must be that USC education or something.
Watch the Golf Channel. He's one of the guys with a banana suit on.
Oh, I'm already watching. Look at Rock. Will be up there doing so. Tell Rock, this isn't a country club. We work on Fridays.
Outstanding. Touche. He was right. But, I was entertaining a client.
Yes, you were.
One of the owners of Twin Peaks.
Yes, you were.
Doing my job. That's why we're sitting here today.
You were on assignment.
I was on assignment. So you didn't let him know that, hey, he's not out there chasing and doing his thing. He's literally working.
You heard me say you're on assignment.
All right.
We had that one saved up just for you.
Great.
Sticking to the country club theme, Jimmy B tries his hand at some country music impression. It was not good.
I dream my dog died down by the river. I'm just a country boy here, sucking on an orange.
Could you just please
Are you a country guy? Are you a country guy?
Oh, I love all kinds of music.
Well,
Country,
I do too,
all
but
the
I
above.
struggle with hardcore country. I'm like a big and rich guy.
Okay, right now nobody cares.
Gretchen
Could you please
Wilson?
sing solo so nobody can hear you, please?
I mean, he wasn't even close to that with the Old Dominion region.
He was just making words up. Just trying to be
funny.
Yeah, trying to be funny. At that point, we were like, did we please
think I'm funny?
Good old Jimmy B. And
He's
now,
got it same size.
funny like how? Funny like how? Like how I abuse you? Yeah, abuse you? Funny like how? That's all.
and now, Rock can't resist ripping Manuch about his questionable undergarment choices.
You wear it under the golf shirt. Come on. We know you got it.
No. That one I was Jake LaMotta and Raging Bull. That was the last time we looked at that.
Because, you got a Morocco and a Manucci. I know Manucci because Manucci still has one of them. He still does some tight white, the whitey tighties too. So, figure that. Yeah.
So I've switched over to boxer briefs now.
You did.
At least I've switched over.
Yeah, I'm there.
Which is funny because you brought up tighty whitey again today. I said, so they don't know where we got coming from.
There's a history there. That was, by the way, that was just after Teddy from Boston. But did you guys have one to say yesterday?
No, it was about 2 weeks ago. We saved that for you.
But literally, Manuch did come clean, literally, probably 10 years ago. Somehow, the Roc Man Vice or something we were doing, and we just talked about, do you wear boxers or briefs? And then Manuch's like, couldn't answer either because he does the white, the tighty whities. Fruit of Loom or
They were
whatever.
Fruit of the Loom. 20 years ago, I switched over to boxer briefs.
Yeah.
About 15
I think
years
you
ago.
still wear the robe and slippers. I can't get it.
Yeah,
Once I get to that point, just dig the hole.
And I'm comfy in the morning too, man. A little chilly in the morning.
Just dig the hole.
I don't want to, but I can picture it, unfortunately.
That it?
No, I got one last one here.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's our friend Jimmy B. not one really to make fun of him, but just kind of a classic mic drop moment where all of us were a little speechless.
Well,
Yeah,
I can tell you right now, being a former voter, that
Wait.
I never knew that.
What? You make up stuff every week. There's something new we find out about you.
You were a voter.
You were a voter
Yeah,
as a little TV guy.
Yeah, AP voter. Yeah.
Since when?
Like probably 15 years. Yeah, really. 15 years. I was.
Jimmy just casually decided to drop that little nugget on us that he was an AP voter when we've been
Hey,
talking
so-
sports AP for years.
Associated Press AP voter, and we bring up the poll every Monday with basketball.
Exactly.
And he never, and like we've been on 3 different stations with him, and each time, each station, it has never come up.
Never, ever come up. And I went. That's what I went. I looked at him. You never said that. You've had how many opportunities have you been with us for 7 years, 8 years?
That's been that long.
That is, yeah.
The best part was that pause, and both of you were like, "Whoa!" You both start freaking out.
Roc and I, sometimes we don't miss a beat and stuff like that. But that was something like Jimmy had to just chime in on that we had no idea. So,
I mean, just
yeah, I've done that, and I can see that. And,
I had a vote.
Yeah, I was a bingo caller at 17, and then I could bust a move.
All right, here's what's on tap, which is sponsored by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Bud Light, the official partner of Roc Manuch, Jimmy B's March Mania here with Twin Peaks coming up in a couple weeks. Tonight, Lakers, Suns, LeBron James, if you'll play, 7 o'clock. How about that? You want to go see LeBron James for the last time, right? You buy scalp tickets, you pay, obviously a price that's probably way too much. I will tell you, by the way, I can't remember in '92 I moved here and been going to Suns games that there was a Suns game like I felt like I was a Cardinals game where the opponent totally outweighed the home team. The Boston Celtics fans were loud and they were everywhere at that game.
Wow.
Maybe it didn't come across on television, but for somebody that was there, I couldn't believe it. I could not. You could turn your head and there'd be a score, and you don't know if it was the Suns or it was the Celtics.
I was there with my twin brother. He's a diehard Boston fan. He was going nuts.
Wasn't there so many Boston fans
Every
there?
time Kata dunked or something like that, the place erupted. Yeah.
Oh, it was. I've never witnessed that. 30 plus years.
Wow, that is so. That you're shoving a ton of what you call massholes were there at the game. What you say? You always talk to massholes.
I've never said that before. I would never.
Mark the tape.
A guy from Massachusetts, an asshole. I would never do that. Hey, we'll do it again tomorrow from Wright Toyota. Rick Neuheisel will join us. He's got a brand new job. We'll tell you all about that tomorrow. Tune in. If you miss anything, just go to rockmanuch.com on the Arizona Sports Center.